And we are live! Hi, everybody. Sorry that I'm 2 minutes late. I had a little technical hiccup. I also just put out an announcement for we're looking for an extra moderator, and I had the announcement form go out, and I thought the link broke, but it was good. Infinite, just glad to have you. How you doing? Hello, fish people. Hello, fish people, indeed. Yeah, today we're finishing up the final thing of Wachumeqimeqi. Before we talk about it on Lore Book Club over on the Discord. Story, good to see, glad to have you. I even preparatorily got all this set for it. Because we're going to have one less hour than usual today, because obviously we've got the 6 p.m. book club. Yeah. Sarah, good to glad to have you. How you doing? Club. Now I'm wondering, okay, Ray, think about like Ray fish though. Like imagine like it's a salmon. Like you remember the Naniri salmon that Raven made? It's just like a salmon, but it's like Ray hair, has the sunglasses and everything. Althea, good to go to have you. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, let's definitely dive on in right away. We're gonna be doing Zerilja's first, which is Culinarian and Alchemist, and then we're gonna do Fish for the last one. Because everybody since like week 1 of Dawn Trail has been telling me I would really like the fish stuff. Yeah, and then also reviewing the ones that we did. Pameka's awesome, A rank or maybe even S rank. Ral Soj and Papani, not very good. And then you know Shunye and Uvlo was fire. How did all your guys' week go? I could use some mental stimulation. What is it I'm asking for exactly? I don't know. I could use some hearing about other people. So I've been up in the mountains, and hearing about some other people's lives would be nice. I'm gonna go a little stir crazy with the winter. Might you be the Elio, the artisan from Eorzean? My name is Serija, and this is my shop. I am told that you are meticulous when it comes to mixing a variety of concoctions, and to be frank, I am desperate for one of your experience. Juice is a drink of choice here in Turiolal, but as I am sure you have heard from Ropley, business is bad. It wasn't always so. When I first opened my shop, profits were steady, and customers were eager for the fresh, local juice I offered. I thought running the business would be easy. I mean, out of exceptional culinary talent, but anyone can squeeze a fruit, right? I swear to God, if we do something like end up making soda, I'm gonna be so... The history of soda starts in Americas, right? Late 1800s. I know the popularization, definitely. History of soda. Because it was doctors, in 1767, John Prince, an English chemist, discovered how to make carbonated water by pouring water over a vat of fermenting beer. Commercialized the process in Switzerland. So carbonization isn't America necessarily, but 1876, Philadelphia pharmacist Charles hires inventors root beer when it becomes popular quickly. Yeah, okay. So it is, yeah, definitely soda itself is an American creation. I was gonna say late 1800s. I'm amazed I didn't disagree right before I was... Oh, I've been scanning a 102-year-old magazine I was given so I can make an ebook of it. I'm amazed it didn't disagree before we're done. Ray, you have to tell me more about that. That sounds fascinating. What was the magazine about? What was the history here? I know 102 for you is like, what? 30 in American years? 20? But, been busy week. Did a game night last night with a friend. Found a fun new game called Shifting Stones. Ooh, that sounds fun. Tell me about it. The stream has been helping me hit my goal of learning a random fact today. But now sales are suffering, and some days I spend more on the ingredients than I gain in coin. At this rate, I'll be forced to leave Wachumeqimeqi. I know my menu is generic, and with some of the competition in the city, it's little wonder that my erstwhile irregulars have such more compelling refreshments. Alas, I lack the skill to make anything but the most basic of juices. Which is why I need a talented artisan such as yourself to assist me in creating the drinks I know will save my business. Okay, actually, inventing a bunch of drinks for better sales sounds rad. Wonderful. Now, before I expand upon the particulars, there is one other I have recruited to my cause. His name is Halnuruk, and he is a proficient gatherer. Once he has decided upon a new recipes, I plan to have him procure in bulk what ingredients we require. So it's like every one of these has a secondary character then, because you have Shunye and Uvlo. You've got Pameka, and I'm forgetting the story reader's name, but the Pameka guy. You've got Rasoj and I need to write down the other people's. Interesting, but there's always a second person. Why don't we join him in Bayside Bevy and have our first official meeting as a team? You go on ahead. I'll be along once I have closed up shop. Does anybody remember the Pameka storyteller guy's name? What didn't Weenie, something Weenie? Papa Weenie is Uvla, Ralsoj was Papa Weenie, Mecca, Zrolja. And then she just said his name, didn't she? His name is Halnuruk. That's a good name. I like that name. It's a copy of the Sexton Blake story magazines, and this one features Monse Zenith, the albino, who was inspiration for Elric of Melbourne. Okay, like, Ray, there's like 6 levels of history you've got to regale us with on that, because now I'm bought in and curious. Elric's a Bobby! Life is good. So you lay out some double-sided tiles in a 3x3 grid, and then you have a hand of cards with patterns on these tiles. You can either discard a card to flip or move a tile, grid, or score. Sounds fun. Zemweenie. Something like that. Something like that. Zemweenie. Zepweenie. CJ, good to go to have you. A card matching a pattern in the grid. If someone scores a certain amount of cards based on the amount of players, it triggers the end of the game. The person with the most points wins. That's fun. Now, do you need a specific set of cards, or can you use a regular set of cards for that? But yeah, Ray, I need to know about what the hell is the Sexton Blake story magazine, who the Monsieur Zenith the albino, and then who the hell is Elric of Melnibon? I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly. Lisa, good to go to have you. You made me giggle when you get excited about it. I mean, look at it, it's a rabbit. They're so good. They're so good. Look, all they do is make things with a positive attitude, take things a little overly literally, and are typically full of excitement. They're perfect! What business has Lowlander with Halnarok? I was sent here to help by Zrilja. Supposedly, we're gonna get ingredients and make some new drinks. Ah, yes, Juicy Mix Project. As professional stuff seeker, Halnarok has agreed to do the finding of Tasty Fresh. What of it? Their little dance. Juicekeep wants to trade tongue flaps. The mere thought makes Halnarok sleepy dull. What a pointless busy task. Ooh, interesting. A mobby that's like, I'm too good for this shit. I do not. Care to regale me of their story, Ray? Or their history? Apologies for the wait. Now that the old team is acquainted, I suppose I'll get straight to the point. Are we gonna deal with a bad mood mobby? Oh, this is gonna be good. To improve my shop's financial fortunes, I need your help in creating some original juices. That is to say, juices that promote the health and well-being of each and every Turialian resident. While fruit is an excellent source of vitamin, the diverse people of the city have unique dietary and nutritional needs. So using both culinary and alchemical techniques, I plan to offer a variety of refreshments bespoke to citizens of all shapes and sizes. Speaking of, how's my audio? By developing drinks both delicious and singularly nutritious, my customers are sure to remember why they love the real Ja Juicecraft. Are they magically delicious and secretly nutritious? Are her drinks just Lucky Charms? Besides, the people are still reeling from the recent tragedy, and though healthy beverages may not amount to much, they may yet help lift some spirits. I'll drink to that. Elio, I trust an expert alchemist like yourself will be able to maximize the nutritional content of my drink with scientific precision, yes? Local juice from local fruits? Sign me up. I'm all sorts of interested. Audio's good, thank you. I look forward to tasting your work, Elio. So do you have any questions about our local produce? Don't hesitate to ask. Zemowini, thank you, Althea. As for you, Halneric, the job comes after we have created a viable recipe and know exactly what ingredients we require. I'm afraid that means you'll have to wait. unless you'd like to participate in the recipe creation as well. Your opinion as a moblin would be invaluable, and you would, of course, be compensated in addition to your gatherer's fees.
No. Alnoric has no deep thoughts on juicy mix.
Oh, all right then. In any case, let us head back to the shop, shall we? There's work to be done. Oh, Elric of Melnimene. Okay, I'm sorry. I've actually never seen it written down. Yes, I know a lot about it from an oral history standpoint, but I didn't. That took me a second. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Now that literally. I was like, Elric, is that a historical figure? I feel like that name sounds kind of familiar, but I don't think I know it. Yes. Okay. Yep. Now I'm on the same page. I think it's just that it's one of those things where I've never, the source text, it's one of those things I've only ever either documentaries or podcasts or things where it's come up. Oh my god, it's a fucking grumpy moblin! I just want to reiterate how deeply grateful I am for your assistance. Together, let us make a juicy Turio Lal can be proud of, and profits that will save my shop. Scoobity-doo. So you're saying, so Monsieur Zenith the Albino, was that someone in like a traveling circuit? What's the history of that, and how did they inspire one of the like foundational historical touchstone characters for where modern fantasy comes from? Be good to glad to have you. Howdy. Did I say good to glad, by the way? Story good to glad to you. Sarah good to glad to you. Ray good to glad to have you. Infinite good to glad to have you. CJ good to glad to have you. Lisa good to glad to have you. I think that's everyone, because I got V already. Cool. Our first juice, I'd like to try mixing up a blend of my fellow mammal cha. Tuliolal gets far more sunlight than our native lands, so we find ourselves prone to dry, itchy scales. It can be sheer torture some days. Luckily, the cherry moya fruit harvested from Urkopacha may offer a solution according to the Palo Palo merchants. Regular consumption does wonders for dry skin. The only complication is that in appearance and texture, cherry moya very much resembles mammal jaw scales. Hard to garner appetite for something that looks like a piece of your body. If it were any other fruit, I'd think to extract the liquid from within, but not only is most of cherry moya's flavor kept in the pulp, its nutrients are as well. Perhaps you can find a way around this conundrum, Elio? See if you can't make cherry moya juice both healing and appetizing for the mammal jaw. Now, I am afraid I don't keep cherry moya on hand. The sight alone is enough to make me queasy, but I've seen to its for sale in Bayside Bevy. We'll be testing for flavor and efficacy both, so make a big batch if you can. 6 or so. Thank you. Good luck. I might be able to I'm just not home yet. Yeah, please help. It's because I'm not home yet. Infinite, have you tried using a cannon that fires you from wherever you're sitting to your home? I've been told that can be quite effective for reaching where you're looking for. No, not custom deliveries. It is class. There we go. Wachumeqimeqi. Oh, I can make all of them right now. Oh, I don't have coconut milk. Oh, that's because I probably have. I know I got coconuts. Because I just looked up the list. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I need to set class culinarian. Zenith was a villain in the Sexton Blake stories of the earliest 20th century. Sexton Blake was a kind of knockoff of Sherlock Holmes whose stories ran from 1890s until the mid-1960s. Oh, wow. So they had quite a legacy. Interesting. It's one feature. This one featured more than else I know. So this is another fictional character that ended up becoming one of. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I also with Elric, I don't know nearly as much as I only know them from like in passing, mainly from like a little bit about the stories. But yeah, Elric of Melnimene is a fictional character created by English writer Michael Moorcock and the protagonist of a series of sword and sorcery stories that take place on an alternate Earth. The proper name and title of the characters are Elric the 7th, 428th Emperor of Melnimene. Later stories by Moorcock named Elric as a facet of the Eternal Champion. When does, yeah, 60s. So that's interesting. Interesting. I was under the impression that Melniboné predated that, but no, this is Sword and Sorcery post-Tolkien. Interesting. I mean, not that I would necessarily, from what I understand, Lancelot, Jericho Cursed Hero. Oh, interesting. Turambar was an inspiration. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, later Tolkien, like Tales of Turin, Children of Turin, or Silmarillion more. Interesting. What got you on that whole bandwagon? Oh, you know what? I forgot. I didn't actually make it. I just realized I can make it on Culinarian. Zeta appeared from around 1920 to 1945. Interesting. Yeah, Sword and Sorcery from the 60s is so interesting to me. Like, it's kind of the same way that I find like pulp science fiction from the 50s, 60s, and 70s so interesting, because so much of the norms of those genres are ill-defined that they get real weird and all over the place. I guess not that necessarily science fiction and fantasy now isn't weird and all over the place, especially with the way in which genre is being broken these days. Man, I do miss covers from that era, though. I wish... I'm gonna, I know it's early in the stream, but I'm gonna get on my freaking thing. I really hate the minimalist cover trend that we've seen over the past, 15 years. And especially in YA, where it's like one character slightly painterly done, but not, it's like the same kind of aesthetic over and over again. Like, what if, and hear me out, instead, we made them rad as hell and high pieces of art and have a lot of character to them. Just a thought. Precision touch. Let's get these guys in a place where they're kind of useful. I like the 40s pulp science fiction covers. They're so fun. I know, right? If I didn't have to kind of maintain speed to make sure that we finish stream before book club, I would take a huge diet, take a detour to show off 1940s science fiction covers. They're so cool. A lot of them are also kind of dumb, but a good kind of dumb. At least I'd much rather something be dumb but full of character than look kind of cool but boring, you know? Maybe that's just me. Hipsters love, hey, Des, good to glad I love their minimalist stuff. I think, okay, I'm gonna make an argument. I think if you like minimalism, that is the least, minimalism has been the trend for over a decade. If anything, we're starting to see the pushback. I don't think you could be a hipster and like minimalism right now. I think what's hipster right now would be to like maximalism, arguably, right? Like Juicy Mix, like AC, good to glad to have you. Yeah, exactly. I used to be a big fan of Elric, which got me looking up the characters that inspired him. Oh, that's cool. The days when spacesuits for girls had mini skirts and bubble helmets. When I was at Disney with V, we were at Disney World and we were at a restaurant that was like a drive-in movie theater thing. And we saw a Space Cat Girls from Mars, like 1950s movie trailer. And one, the first thing we thought of was like, you. But then secondly, it was like, oh man, that's hilarious. And honestly, that was actually one of the things that inspired the oh god, what is it called? Moonlight. The dedicated to Moonlight music video I did. I have a new Forge question. Go. Blood tempering quenching, is it effective despite how nasty it is, like for magic power or weapon hardness? I mean, are we talking about from, again, a poetic standpoint? Are you asking me scientifically, or are you asking me, like, poetically, as in, like, from a writing standpoint? Ostensibly, I can't think of a main reason that blood would be a terrible quenching material from a scientific standpoint, mainly due to the fact that it's mostly water anyways. I mean, oil would be better. One of my favorite aspects of Star Trek Voyager was Captain Proton. I don't know much about. Des, I'm weirdly woefully underread when it comes to underwatched when it comes to Star Trek. A lot of it's cultural osmosis, and a lot of what I have watched is mainly TNG. So you'll have to explain that one for me. Okay, I still need 2 more Cherry Moa, and then 2 more of this guy. Because the thing is, like, if you're asking, would blood be good from like like George R. R. Martin quenching this, like, Lightbringer, whatever it's called, Azor Ahai quenching the sword, right, in his lover. One, that'd be kind of terrible because, like, you wouldn't like stab it through them to quench it. You'd kind of have to like stab from the head down to make sure it's fully covered. Because otherwise, if you like quenched it by plunging it through someone, that would be bad. You wouldn't want to do that. That would ruin it. But like, look, in a magical universe, you can make up whatever goddamn rules you want. So from a poetic license standpoint, there is something mythologically powerful about the idea of quenching a sword in blood, right? But in a literal sense, it's like a blood quench. Yeah, it'd be like basically effectively the same as quenching in blood. I'm guessing the thermal conductivity rate means that it's kind of ass to you. It would be kind of ass to do. What do you mean I haven't selected all of them? Oh, I see. You need to select high quality. Fantasy standpoint. Like, say, the Eclipse Scythe from Ninja Gaiden. It's a demon weapon tempered by plunging the red-hot blade into hundreds of human victims when it was forged in an eclipse. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's define the question. Are you asking me specifically only in the context of Ninja Gaiden? Because literally, whether or not it's effective in Ninja Gaiden is different than it's effective in Star Wars. It's different effective in Lord of the Rings. It's different than effective, like, your universe you're picking changes the complete confines of the question, right? So are you asking about Ninja Gaiden specifically? And you're not going to change it out on me the second I start answering. Captain Proton was an in-universe 1930s pulp magazine that got turned into a holodeck program. Oh, that's cool. Also, Ray, how happy would you be if they, when Cosmic Exploration comes out, they had a miniskirt, like a space bubble suit style outfit? That'll make all your dreams come true. I suppose as long as they have the bubble helmet, you could combine that with the miniskirts that already exist in game. Like what Ahab did when forging a special harpoon for Moby Dick, used human blood to quench the spear tip. I would suggest that any quenching in blood would be effectively tantamount to quenching in water, with probably some unique properties, but effectively would be that. The added minerals in blood might cause problems, but they probably would be harmless. Okay, grade 1 gem sap. Grade 1 gem sap of vitality. It was vitality, right? Yeah, Jatika juice, cool. That would make me happy. Yeah, good. The best part of Captain Proton's scene is they were rendered in black and white. Oh, that's funny. They were when you say rendered in black and white, do you mean like they were shot in black and white for the show, or do you mean like because the holodeck renders them in black and white? Can't wait to explore the cosmos. Why is the Red Mage dead? No, just using Ninja Gaiden as an example. Blood and plenty of stories. Right, but I'm saying, AC, you need to pick your story before you can ask that question. You can't ask that question. I beseech you, try to think through this. You can't ask a question about if something is effective when with the assertion that you're asking about universes with different laws of physics. Right? That's what I'm saying. You can't. Gem sap is used for crafting. It's not drunken. Drunken? I should have gone back to culinarian. Manipulation. But it was also the show as in the holodeck doing it. Okay, cool. I just like when I hear rendered, I'm like assuming you mean visual effects rendered as opposed to like filmed in black and white, you know? Which I'm assuming for TNG, that at that time they probably would have been filming on like 16 millimeter or like something like that. When that show was filmed. Yeah, I bet you. You know what? What was the next generation filmed on? 35 millimeter. Okay, yeah, I guess I had a bigger budget than that. I guess it wasn't like a Scrubs or something. It was actually a. Oh, I forgot to swap over. Let's just put this all down here and we'll be fine. Has excellent ethereal conductivity. Okay, even some blood has excellent ethereal conductivity. Yes, but they're different rules. The same way you can't apply 11's rules to 14 or every other. You can't apply a question for one Final Fantasy game's laws of physics is not the same for another Final Fantasy game. That's why you have to specify what universe you are talking. It would be like asking, oh, is this material radioactive in all universes? Well, what happens if you're talking about a fantasy universe that doesn't have radioactivity? You know, you have to specify. If you do not specify this, if you do not set the parameters of a question, the question is useless. That is my argument. Yeah. I would guess Voyager was filmed whenever TNG and DS9 was filmed on. 35 millimeter, almost certainly. I would doubt that any of the like early 2000s one were filmed digitally, but they might have been. Star Trek. Yeah, Voyager's almost certainly 95. Deep Space 9. Yeah, like all of those are definitely gonna be on film because they're digital wouldn't have been digital wasn't widely adopted for television until the mid 2000s for the most part. I'm sure there are exemptions to that, but broadly speaking. Okay, how do you feel about blood, artificial blood? Is it strange? How do I feel? Damn it! How do I feel about blood? I mean, I'm glad I have it in my body. I mean, are you talking about if you're talking about artificial blood, I guess if it works, why would I feel any weird? I don't feel weird about artificial blood. It's a good thing. I'm glad artificial blood does exist in fiction. It's a cool thing. I feel like we would behoove us to have if we could crack artificial blood in for people in the real world, it'd be only a good thing. I feel like being weirded out about artificial blood would be like being weirded out about organ donation, right? It's like, I get that, like, you have a feeling like, oh man, I have an organ inside me that once belonged to someone else. Like, that is something to process, but it shouldn't be like skeevy or something, you know? White blood, artificial blood that is white in color. Please, someone in chat, please tell me I'm not crazy for being, like, perplexed by the way in which these questions could come out of left field and don't have specificity. Please tell me I'm not crazy. At least not for that reason. Tastes like cranberry, really. If you're going to have artificial blood, why not make it red instead of white? When is artificial blood white? What are you talking about, AC? You keep talking about things like you assume I know what you're talking about. Is there a specific game or something where there's white artificial blood? You start talking about a piece of media that you know you're talking about, but I don't know you're talking about. Caleb, good to see you. Glad to have you. Artificial blood like a medical thing, or artificial blood like a Guar concert. Have we? Yeah, I'm not crazy, right? We have not cracked artificial blood in the real world, unless there's like synthetic fluid designed to mimic and function of real blood. It also aims to provide oxygen and nutrients. Artificial blood is a product made to be a substitute for red blood. Cells while true blood serves many different functions. Artificial blood. Oh no, we have, okay. Artificial blood is designed for the sole purpose of transporting oxygen and carbon dioxide through the blood. Depending on the type of artificial blood, it can be produced in different ways using synthetic production chemicals, isolations, or recombine. Oh, okay. Okay, so artificial blood can be basically anything that sufficiently conveys oxygen and carbon dioxide throughout the body system. So it doesn't have to be, so we don't necessarily have a, okay. Development of the first blood substitute date back to the early 1600s. The search for the ideal blood substitute contains various manufacturers that conduct clinical trials. However, no truly satisfied and effective artificial blood product is currently marketed. It is anticipated that when an artificial blood product is available, it will have an annual sale of over 7.6 billion in the US alone. I mean, even I think that's a low estimate. Yeah. So yeah, no, we haven't cracked artificial blood, but the premise of it is not necessarily that it has to be a full substitute, only that it has to be a product that can carry the oxygen and carbon dioxide throughout the system. Join our Discord, discord.gg/shares and archive for community events, updates, and lots of lore discussions. Special offer, apply to TA for a mod and become one of us. One of us. I was going to have explanation have you answered the initial question to gauge how much I need to explain. Okay, but AC, no. When you ask a question up front, what are you talking about? Like, if your question is artificial blood, in the real world, how do you feel about blood substitutes like artificial blood? Boom, that's your question, right? Because also, question about blood or artificial blood, very different conversation. I'm fine with organ donations. Once I'm dead, chop me up for parts. Honestly, Ray, that is the exact energy I expected you to bring about to a conversation on. I'm pretty okay. Am I wrong in assuming, Ray, that if they chop you up, take your parts, make other people lives, and then put your skeleton on demonstration for if your skeleton was used for demonstrations for medical schools, you'd be like, you know what? I get to be a living bone doll for the rest of my existence. Let's fucking go. It's like Beyond Meat for vampires. Coconut water. You can't just... Ah! You can't just say... That's not... Oh my god. Oh my god. Sounds fun. Yeah, that's what I would have expected. I've heard of coconut water being a potential substitute for blood. Okay, AC, my bad. I missed Althea's comment. You're good. I heard of coconut water being a potential substitute for blood, but yeah, that makes sense. I want to see some goddamn literature on that if that's any kind of true. Because I don't buy that for a second. It's kind of like a word association guessing game. Yeah, basically Astoria. I hope to donate all my organs when I die. The rest of me gets tossed in the ocean for the fishes to eat. Return me to the earth in which I came. Yeah. I admit, like, I'm very pro organ donation. I do, like, have not complicated feelings. Like, there is a certain amount of me that, and I'm not sure if it's just an appeal to what I've grown up with or, like, what. There's a part of me that, like, the humanitarian part of me absolutely wants that to be done to my body. But there's a part of me that also wants a place where here I lie. So, you know, I understand hesitation for it. That said, I think it's much more of a, you know, the idea of, like, saving others is probably, you know, outweighs probably the desire for a place of resting. Military burial at sea. Yeah. Pickle juice. That was all they mentioned coconut oil. You're good, AC. That was my bad. I didn't read everything. Okay, hear me out, Ray. What's the limit? Okay, what if your skeleton gets used as a Halloween decoration? How you feeling on that one? Pretty sure artificial blood would keep Hannibal away from people. Don't think he likes all that nasty artificial taste in food with his Chianti. I mean, that's certainly a thought, Izzy. Yes, I'm gonna prevent the Hannibal the cannibal from eating me by putting artificial blood in my system. That's, I mean, that is a strategy. Voltaire! Good to see, glad to have you. Voltaire, every time you say Elo, I think you're saying Elio. Also, Voltaire, I don't know if you saw the whisper, but I do want to say, I'm sorry I keep volunteering you to help out with stuff whenever you're trying to chill out during mount farms. To be fair, I only ask for your help for the most part when it's something that you can totally, like, chill out to, but I'd prefer if it was used as the basis for a cyborg. Yeah. Yep, that checks out. What about memorial diamonds? Yeah, memorial diamonds are cool. I mean, the downside, well, yeah, I guess memorial diamonds, you only need the carbon, right? So for the most part, you as long as you use the skeleton, you should be good. mRNA, he's a cannibal, but he's a good taste and style. That's why I want the cookbook. But don't worry, no people will be harmed. Lord Almighty. Lord Almighty. What is this stream? Oh man, we're already an hour in. Okay, I'm running out of time. I gotta finish up this Chatika juice. Okay. Oh, I still got 4 more to go. I will have to, like, speed through this because otherwise I'm gonna be too late for the book club. Luckily, I won't have to do any crafting. Hopefully, the fishing doesn't take too long. Famous last words. Also, I'm gonna try recording the lore book club so that people like Infinite can see, and maybe we'll either post it on the main channel or on the other channel. Another possibility is maybe we'll start streaming it in the future, depending on if people are interested. The only reason I don't want to do that is I don't want people to feel like they feel pressured around talking. I want people to have it be fun. That's because my Bluetooth always misses the first word when booting up. Looks like I might be slightly wrong, confused. Sounds like that was an urban legend. I retract the claim. Okay, I wasn't gonna like call out post you. All I was gonna say is like coconut milk is artificial blood. That absolutely sounds like some either urban legend or some, hey, we're at sea and we're trying something and did not necessarily work. Because I'm pretty sure just putting sugars in the system like that would not be good for the human body. Treat Lore Book Club like the circle from the 70s show. Let's all get under the influence of something and discuss. Look, we all know I don't need to get high. I get high on lore, right? I don't need to smoke nothing to talk about lore for hours. Besides, we already dealt with all the stoners last time with the stoner Yokui. Here's a more appropriate question of what you're doing. What is your guys' favorite smoothie or juicy flavor? I like watermelon smoothie. AC, perfect. Well formatted. Probably mango. If I had to pick something, probably mango. Definitely a fan of mango. To slightly alter it, my favorite bubble tea. I love taro. Taro bubble tea is, taro is so good. Avocado milk is yummy. That is not something I have ever heard of. That sounds wild. I'm not immediately opposed, but I am like, the fuck? Coconut milk water is great for hydration, but you have to consume it by mouth, not by IV. Oh my god. Yeah, speed my coconut milk to me straight through the bag. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Okay, one more. Should be able to hopefully get there in one go. Or might be able to buy Regot right away. That should work. Yes. I also find it funny to me to be voluntold. I get my own petty haha when I was just last left to get them out and said, nah, y'all get your mountain signs out. I was wondering about Voltaire. I was laughing about that. I was wondering if that's what you did. That's pretty funny. Oh, yeah. It's a common juice that they have at juice stands in Taiwan. Oh, that's a cool story. That's fascinating. I gotta look that up. Do you like what we do? Consider showing your support at Patreon at patreon.com/Eorzean Archives. Get your name in the banner above my head, as well as your name changed over on the Discord. Thank you, Infinite. But also, it's just a creamier tasting milk. I'll look that up. I love all things creamy. Mood. Swear to God, if we end up making soda in this, I'm gonna laugh. The consistency, this aroma. Why, it's so sweet, I'm tempted to take a sip, but I won't. I think we have enough to begin our tasting. It all looks and smells marvelous anyways. As we fashion this drink with Mamoja in mind, allow me be the first to try it. Holly, good to see you, glad to have you. No, you didn't miss too much. We just missed the beginning, but we've just finished doing nothing but crafting the last, 40 minutes. Exquisite, thick with the cherry moya's signature sweetness and aroma, yet utterly smooth in texture. No one would even have guessed the juice came from a fruit, so wholly unappetizing in appearance. Yes, I can safely say that no Mamoja could find qualms with this beverage. I myself would happily drink it in a day, and with its nutritional benefits, peeling scales may become a thing of the past. Please, Elio, you simply must tell me how you made this. So, effectively, I just made it an emulsion, and honestly, turned out great. So that's the trick. I see. I'll pen a proper recipe later, so I won't forget. Fortunately, it sounds like one that even I could manage. Can I interest you in a glass, Hanuruk? I'd love to hear what Moblins think of Cherry Moya's flavor.
Busy task is waiting. Juice keep. Alnarak has no time for tasty sipping.
I want to know more about this Moblin! Did I offend it? Pay me no mind, Elio. Sometimes I get caught up thinking, well, I just wonder how I might have done better. I know I shouldn't have pestered him about it. The juice you made is just so lovely. In any case, I say you prototype passes muster. Our menu has its first new item. I'll have to peel a lot of cherry moya, but I'll keep the happiness of my newly moisturized skin at the forefront of my mind. I'll consider what sort of juice I'd like to make next, so perhaps you could familiarize with yourself with the local agriculture in the meantime. And if you ever find yourself in need of a refreshing beverage, you know where to look. Okay, I like what this is doing. I hope it doesn't do the same pacing as the Ral Soj. But if as long as it doesn't do the same pacing as that, I think this is gonna be a good one. Avocado smoothie. Filipino avocado milk smoothie. Huh. That's really interesting. I'd definitely try that. Is that horchata? No, never mind. Yeah, said fruit, yeah. Given choice, I usually go wild berry smoothie, though I love any smoothies with banana in it, sure. Elio, about your chamoya juice. Our customers can't get enough. What's more, I'll fashion Mammal Jar taking to call it a smooth scale juice. Ooh, I like that. Frankly, I have so many orders that I have grown completely indifferent towards handling cherimoya. As far as I'm concerned, it is a fruit like any other. Now I say we keep our momentum and move on to concocting our next prototype. For this one, I'd like to address the health concerns of moblins. Along those who live in Tuliolal, many work as gatherers, traveling long distances while sparing big, heavy packs. A drink that alleviates fatigue may do wonders for them. Caffeinated moblins! Caffeinated moblins! Give me the moblins with caffeine! The problem is that moblin palate is somewhat unfathomable to other people. Their favored rut tea, for instance, smells like, well, not like something I would prefer to drink. I worry that similarly pungent beverages may result in the immediate cessation of business for Eorzean juice craft. So instead, I'd like to try our luck with the fermented aloe. Its scent is striking, yet fruity, and I suspect it would satisfy the moblin's preference for strong flavors without alienating the rest of my clientele. All that remains is to add an ingredient fit for soothing sore muscles. That much I can leave to you, I hope. Excellent. And, Halnaruk? I know I wasn't able to convince him last time, but his opinion as a moblin is absolutely necessary for his drink. We must make this juice so astonishing aromatic that even he'll want to sip. Count on me. I know what moblin's like. I'm glad I could count on you. Let's have a delicious fermented aloe juice waiting for Halnaruk once he gets back from his gathering. Cafe del Ola? What's that? Goodness gracious, that is an overpowering scent. If it doesn't please our moblin customers, I do not know what will.
Bring out the mobby.
Wait, why is it red? Wouldn't an aloe drink be like green or yellowish? This is a remarkable beverage. I applaud your addition of tomato. That explains it. Not only does it offer ample nutrition, but it favors meets the fermented aloe upon the fine line of delicious and danger. I'm sure a local moblin will flock to this flavor, but will Halnaruk?
Hello. What incredible aroma is Halnaruk sniff catching?
Oh, this is just a blend of fermented aloe juice that Elio was kind enough to make. You've been working so hard gathering our cherimoya that I wanted to be sure our next drink was one that could alleviate your daily fatigue. Consider it a token of our appreciation.
Appreciation? For Halnaruk?
Boundless appreciation, not just from us, but our customers too. Our offerings may yet be limited, but if the three of us work together, we are sure to have the whole city singing praises of our juice made possible only by your fastidious gathering. I wish there was a little bit more about the materials he gathered being important. Or like, relevant, because we haven't had that yet. To that end, I hope you will do me the honor of sharing your opinion on this one.
Halnaruk will take juicy mix for home road. Proper good mobbies never bareface in public.
True. How wonderful. I can't wait to hear what he thinks.
Juicekeep is concerned about Mama Jaw's skin peels, and now Mobby pain aches. Is Juicekeep trying to become a juice doctor?
A doctor? No. I once hoped to become a chirurgeon, however. Chirurgeons must be both expertly versed in medicinal properties of flora and highly proficient in healing magics. This is good shit. We of Buniwa clan are magically talented by nature, so my father was able to excel as a chirurgeon in this city. His diverse knowledge saved the lives of many. This is good shit! As his daughter, I once dreamed of following in his footsteps.
So Juicekeep studied fruit health and body bugs.
I do have some knowledge of nutrition and physiology, but it's of little consequence. I no longer have aspirations to become anything more than a mixer of juice. Anyway, I look forward to hearing what you think of that one.
To be due for the tasty smell is already filling up Mobby Mask.
Wow, Des, that sounds like a lot. Okay, so this is a good shit. You know what part of, one thing that would have held the Ral Soj and the Papawini, right? Papawini story would be more about legacy tied into Tulio Lal's history. That would have gone one way. I mean, like, we obviously had the thing where we talked to them about the, where we create the light, the sun catchers, right? But like something more like Ral Soj maybe having more of a tie to it, or Papawini having more of a tie to Tulio Lal. Because I know their attempt to tie it to history is to go with the Moblins, but I don't know. Another layer would have been helpful. I'm glad to see you, Elio. I wish I could share the consensus on our last drink, but Halnuruk hasn't been back. And yet, oddly enough, my shop has had an influx of other Moblins clamoring for fermented aloe juice. I hardly know what to think.
Elio, Zerilja! Shirilja. Shirolja.
Halnuruk.
Aloe rot juicy mix is delicious, incredibly flavor tough. One sip and Halnuruk's sluggy feels melted away. Heavy pack is now Eorzean. Most days Halnuruk's parents are all achy backs and grumpy words, but after sip drinking tasty aloe rot, they are happy mobbies both. Now we tell every mobby to slurp Shirolja's juicy mix. No.
So you're to thank for all those customers. I'm glad to hear your parents are among those who benefited from our drink.
Stuff seeking a solitary job. No one notices Halnuruk's sweat work, and no one smiles for Halnuruk's bring fans. But mobby friends, fine fellows, grumpy parents, everyone jump skips for juicy mix. Halnuruk wants to make more jump skipping, wants to make more juicy mix.
It seems your concoction healed not only his aching back, but his aching soul as well. This is good shit. I like this quest. I know I'm also got Moblins, so of course I'm predisposed. But what I like is that her conflict of wanting to become a healer is interesting and dynamic, and also like kind of established with the alchemy and the culinarian, and it's being pulled out in that all the way it's benefiting others. So it's like her history, and it's also a Moblin, and a Moblin who's kind of like a little bit more about Moblin society. Like there's these different elements that are all playing together. Our team is united. I say we move on to our next drink, and a beverage from a Hanu Hanu. And that's all by the second quest, right? So there's still places to go. I understand their diet consists mainly of reeds, which are beyond the purview of the average fruit stand. But if we can determine a reed's benefit from their health, we might craft a comparable juice. You have visited the Hanu Hanu in Kozamauka, haven't you, Elio? Did you learn anything about their diet while you were there? The reeds seem to rejuvenate them body and soul. Not to worry. Why don't you tell me what you need to remember from Kozumauka, and we'll figure it out together. Sure. Let's start with Kishiahi and Ihihana. I see. It sounds like reeds may replenish the Ahanu Hanu's magical energies, so we should seek a fruit that's similarly imbued.
What about Sparkle Shiny, Jatika Bananas, and Yakta Owl? Halnuruk has a feather friend who says bananas are a Hanu Hanu favorite.
Oh, you mean Najul? That's a marvelous suggestion. Yakta Owl is forest rich in magical energies, so its fruits must be as well, and you have found vouchers for it. If your friend vouches for it, all the better. So long as we ensure that one glass of juice is as satisfying as a meal of reeds, our Hanu Hanu customers will want for nothing. Knowing your talent, Elio, I'm sure you can make that happen. You always do. A horror phrase for Elio. Jade Stoa Unreal, main tank, 5 Vulns. Why? How? I mean, 2, sure. I can understand 2. But 5?
We need a juicy mix that both tasty fresh and energy rich. Halnuruk is eager to see how you'll crafty make.
Goodness gracious, this juice is thick. What an aroma. Thank you, Elio. This should be all we need. Let's have one of our Hanu Hanu customers sample it for us. If we can finish by 3:30 or 4:30, I feel like we're gonna be doing okay. No, so this is the Jujuka juice you spoke of, full of energies this is. And as for its taste... Oh, natto. Oh god, I hate natto. I don't hate natto even because of texture, I just hate natto because of flavor. What a flavor, rich and invigorating. Why, I feel as though I've just gulped down a break full of reeds. I hope you'll make it a permanent addition to your menu. My friends would want a taste of this. Tastes kind of like fermented coffee.
Power juice is a success, Elio has a deft handy arm. When thought made together, our juicy mixes are unstoppable.
Here, here. Your suggestion was an invaluable one, Hannarik, and for my part, it has been a delight to put my old studies to use in a tangible way.
Hannarik doesn't understand. Shiralja has good thing knowings, so why not follow Gold Dream and be a Eorzean?
Because I am not good enough, that is why. It's a private matter I'd rather not speak of, alright? Let's focus instead on our next juice. I've got something tricky in mind. A real challenge. See, like, this was kind of spinning its wheels. Now, I mind less because it's a moblin, but this is still also spinning its wheel a little bit. At least it's still about working together to, push it forward.
Hannarik still doesn't understand, but will not press by.
I don't love the flavor, but I have to try some when I'm in Japan since the sauce covered most of it up. Oh yeah, with sauce, look, the thing is you can get away with a lot of stuff with sauce too in Japan, with Japanese cuisine. So like, and like natto's not the worst. And yeah, if you're in Japan, you should definitely try some. I feel like, juice is a great way to ingest nutrients. Also, aloe is a nice touch because raw aloe adds a nice sliminess to a drink. Goblin and Nyx do a lot of slimy textures like Naka eggs. Yeah, sure, that's a good call, AC, yeah.
Our Hanu Juicy Mix will bring happy feels and energy to feather friends.
So far, all our new menu items are proving popular. My sales are recovering already, but considering the population of Turiolal, our greatest challenge yet lies ahead of us. It is the Palu Palu. I've wanted to make a juice for them, but they are formidable beverage brewers themselves. I'm not sure what I could offer to compete with their mate, coffee, and mezcal. Super caffeinated drinks. Mate in particular is renowned for its health benefits, which may explain why I've never heard of a chronic element affecting them.
Palu Palu drinks are also flavor strong, but a tasty punch for mouth.
Natto spaghetti? If the Pelu Pelu have their own health and hydration well in hand, all the better. But if some problem is being overlooked, I'd like to help discover a solution. To that end, I was hoping you two would join me on a trip to Urkopacha.
Hannarik will sniff out the Palu Palu problems. That's why Shiralja can solve them with her juicy mix.
Thank you. Go on ahead and start asking around. I'll be along after I close up this shop.
Okie dokie. Hannarik will see Elio in Wachumeqimeqi.
So this is how Panera Lemonade got made. It all makes sense. V, I was thinking the same thing. And that's exactly what I was thinking of. Let's hope it doesn't kill any Palu Palu. Join our YouTube channel for low price of not much a month to get custom emojis, special badges, and warm fuzzy feeling of supporting your favorite archivists, and all funds currently go to the funding goal. New Horizon.
Hannarik is relieved to see Elio did not get won or lost. Palu Palu are renowned drink shakers and brew dippers, but are they pure of health? Hannarik and Elio will trade tongue flaps with the locals to find out. Tell Shiralja when she arrives.
Yes, there is a corn servant. You want to learn about the drinks we brew? Say no more. I could talk endlessly about our coffee. Our coffee plants are native to the islands of the southeastern coast of Yogyakarta. Oh, that's good shit. Coffee plants of the Pelu are native to an island off the southern coast of Yak. Interesting, so that must be the Great Shallows, right? When our predecessors had first taste of the drink, they became infatuated with its scent and its taste. The fact that it kept it unbelievably focused. They didn't hesitate to ship cuttings home for cultivation. Luckily, those plants took well to the soil here, but the coffee they yield tastes comparatively completely different. Isn't that something? As it turns out, the climate has a profound impact on the balance of acidity and richness and bitterness of a bean. Makes me eager to try growing these plants in a variety of places just to see how the flavor changes. So that would probably be the Grand Shallows, right? Southeast, although it could be further south here. That'd be cool if that was like a variant dungeon tied to that, like the Coffee Island. It might be some interesting history too. Mezcal, you say, is a liquor distilled from the juice of agave leaves. They say traveling merchants brought the distillation method to Urkopacha after learning it in Chaktural. Needless to say, our livelihood has never been the same. Coffee Island? Yeah! Coffee Island for a variant dungeon. That'd be cool. Sure, I'm happy to tell you about our famous beverages. Mate in particular is of great importance to the community. Oh, give me a second. I need to write another note. Coffee Island. Only a certain crop can grow at high altitude, so for our time our diet was deeply unbalanced. But once we started growing and drinking mate, our health woes went away. It has all the nutrients we'll ever need. I never go a day without it myself. Our certain crops can grow at high altitude at the time of diet was balanced, but once we started growing and drinking mate. It's interesting because that's different, obviously, than the mythological story we heard from Zenowini. It doesn't necessarily Shiralja. I'm sorry, I'm late, Elio. Have you and Halnurk discovered anything? Little bits and bobs about both coffee, mezcal, and mate. Oh, those are some fascinating points. The Pelupelu's most popular beverages are not without their history, I see. If only I gave me answers instead of more questions. What could possibly offer in juice that the Pelupelu doesn't already have? I wonder what Halnurk managed to glean. Let's go and meet up with him. I want to live on Coffee Island.
Hello? Shiralja, this Pelupelu is all very bushed. What can we do to Handland?
Oh, my head feels like it is in a vice. Are we gonna create a fucking hangover cure? I think I recognize these symptoms. I'm fine, miss. Spalamate will have me on my feet in no time. Could you wait here a moment? I'll be back with the beverage this gentleman actually needs.
Julie, good to go to have you.
I don't see the problem of it on a book. While I hate the minimalist designs we have now, I don't have the problem with it on book covers. You only have so much space to put something there, even the best. But okay, but I'd argue. So Julie, you're probably not gonna see this for a long, long time. But like, I don't have a problem with minimalism. My problem with the book cover minimalism is not using it at all. My problem is its ubiquity and the fact that it has come at the cost of like beautiful pieces of arts that call out to you. When you have like, a good example would be look at the current cover for Sabriel versus the original cover for the Sabriel book, right? The original cover is this beautiful, evocative piece where you have Karagor in the background, you have Sabriel, you have the water, they have horse and cloak kind of transforming into a wave to like look back on death. You have the charter on her forehead. You have the bells hanging around her and their sword. And what it does is it evokes you, makes you ask questions. What's going on here? Whereas like if you don't If you take away those elements, if a cover doesn't then make you ask a question or entice you to read it, you know? If it's just a name and some, like, a house, a name of the book and the name of the author in the background, it's nothing. Compared to something like the pieces of art on Goosebumps covers, right? Where they're evocative, it makes you question, makes you think, makes you, like, what's going on here? What is it? It makes your, you know, it piques your curiosity and imagination. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And minimalism can do that, but I think most of the time it's just boring. And it is considered common. And it is now, like, there's a uniformity to it, too. Like, starkness and minimalism can be awesome, but I don't feel like they're usually used in awesome ways. And I miss a period in time in which covers were more seen as a work of art on their own to entice one into reading and is exploring that world, rather than kind of just, well, we need a placeholder for them. Honestly, it feels like they're a placeholder. I feel so much better. What in the world was that cold, crisp refreshment you gave me? Oh, thank you. Surely you recognize the taste of water. If you're going to drink that much, you need to hydrate properly. Mate may be good for you, but it can't cure all ills. I feel called out. Surely you recognize the taste of water. And for the ills, it can't. Just as you say, Doctor, much obliged for the remedy. Book doesn't have a super detailed cover like Take Fellowship of the Ring. It's just the ring with Sauron. Well, to be fair, Jules, there are like 6 covers, and the original covers are art pieces. Like, if you want to look up like the most common one that was seen in, if you're talking about Lord of the Rings. I know, I'm getting distracted. These are the ones that most people would have seen in America throughout most of its history. Or not most of its history, I should say. But like, if you're talking about particularly in the 70s when they rose in popularity in the States. Also, if you're talking about these in particular, these, you know, of the 1950s covers that also existed, yeah, I think these are good, right? But this isn't, to me, this isn't just minimalism, because this is also specifically many design elements that are getting into. I get that, yes, this is white, right? Like, this is white here, and then it's only this in the name. But also the script, the eye, the rings, like there are multiple storytelling elements. And also, yeah, I think this in isolation as a version of the book is fine. The problem is when every book is like this, it's not, I don't think that's good. And when this is the design element norm, you know? I don't even necessarily like this art style, but at least it's evocative of something. Let me give it... Sabriel book cover. This is the original. This is just like, to me, more just demonstrative. This one is a beautiful thing because it's all the elements in the narrative, plus it's just a beautiful piece of art. And I just find that more interesting. This is like just more classical and interesting. Personally, the next one I'm about to show you doesn't have a minimalism issue. Like, to be fair, this is a prequel. This is not actually the novel. But like, this just makes me think. Like, this at least has all the character elements and stuff. You know, it has Mauget, it has the Sabriels. It's got like this is good. This isn't bad. But I also still feel like this is. Let's mark it YA. You know. I don't know. I just think, like, if you look at the original, like, 3 pieces of art that you had for the original Garthnix trilogy for the Eorzean, like, there are these beautiful, evocative pieces that feel like artworks that could stand alone. Whereas I wouldn't necessarily say this stands alone as anything more than just a cover, you know? But that's also super subjective at that point. And back to the scheduled programming. I am not a doctor.
But Henrik thinks so. Surelja purifying and health care for the drink.
Drink. That's what I'm calling drunk people from now on.
From the drink was perfect. A sharp skilled as a professional. Surelja should be a doctor, should be Eorzean. Surelja is good enough. Oh, moblins are the best!
Perhaps when it comes to book knowledge. But a Eorzean must also be proficient in the arcane arts, for which my aptitude is abysmal. I was born into a clan valued for their magic, but I possess close to none. Can you imagine how my family reacted when they discovered how utterly incapable I am? What use is a Bunewa who can't use magic? I was a failure before I even started. Defective.
Not true. Shiraja makes juicy mixes that bring great happy feels to many people. Shiraja isn't useless, or a failure, or defective.
The model is right. You're kind to say such things, but they don't change the reality that I lost my dreams to my own deficiencies.
You're doing something that other Kyurgens couldn't, though, and possibly more important.
I'm sorry, but all this talk of the past is... I think I need some time to myself.
It's interesting. This one is paced very similarly to the Ral Soj. I think partly just the fact that we have a good Moblin character is doing a lot more for me.
Shiraja lost her dreams? Elnoric needs to think. Elnoric needs to tongue flap. Come, Elio.
I do just think like it's also paced like 20% better, which goes a long way. They use magic to chill hot coffee when freshly brewed. To be fair, if you're hungover / drunk, some people hate the taste of water. I mean, I don't need to be drunk to hate the taste of water. I just hate it all the time, which does not help the hangover. So, I try to match with water intake with my drink. Yeah, that's smart. And why I nag people to drink water when we're out. I'm amazed Pelibelu can't handle the alcohol so well despite their size. I mean, do we like that though? You want a minimalist book cover? Look at the Twilight Saga. Yes. At least with the first one, it specifically means something. The red, because like, yes, the apple, we get it, you know? Drink Drunk needs to keep on their water intake.
Drink Drunk needs to keep up on their water intakes. Elnoric can tell he gave Shiraja hurty feels with his blunt words, but even without magic might, Shiraja still sweatworks every day to give people healthy drinks. Elnoric thinks Shiraja is a juicy mix hero. Now is our turn to make a special juicy mix, one that ease calms the heart. One sip and Shiraja will feel happy proud again.
Elnoric, you are the best!
Luckily, Elnoric has just the thing for drink blending. Your kukuri pods. Kukuri pods are usually gather picked from beans inside, but today we make no chocolate. Today we squeeze the pods from juicy pulp. Kukuri pulp juice. Taste and name. Gluey in texture. Make a best good glass for Shiraja. Deliver it directly. Elnoric has plenty of your kukuri pods, so if Elio pour mixes, just truth tell.
Also, V just brought me and V were making, V did most of the work this time, but we made curry pan. As you don't know, it is basically fried balls of dough with curry on the inside. So,
Oh. Whoa.
V, this is the best one yet. By far. Oh man, that was so good. Oh, I want to eat more, but I gotta talk. Speaking of mobby voices, do a super chat. Make Elio say weird shit on the solid voice, because it makes Deadpool happy. And Deadpool is doing very well. Deadpool has lost a lot of weight, by the way, recently. Just in a good way. I should get some photos of the boy. Deadpool misses you all, and the treats that you gave him. Just in case. Oh, you thought so too? Good, good, good. Yay, Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool's been doing very, very well. I'll make sure to get some photos up for you guys sometime soon.
What is this sweet smell? You made this for me? This is very kind. I'm happy to have a taste.
I want to eat another bite!
Tangy, sweet, and consistent, reassuring texture. A very soothing drink.
Did Shiraja try to do the juicy mix?
It was lovely. Thank you. What is in it, if I may ask?
The juicy pop of Kukuru pods.
Really? I am shocked I haven't heard of such a juice in Turiolal. You'd think something this tasty would warrant more popularity.
Kukuru beans sell for much jingly shines. but Kukuru pods have a heavy bulk, so stuff seekers often scoopy take the beans and leave the rest.
That makes sense. The Kukuru pod's value lies in the beans it carries, after all.
Mm-hmm. But Kukuru beans can't make the tasty fresh juicy mix. That's why Halnarok sees it. The whole pod is worthy good, just as it is. Suraja might not become a Karajan, but she's already master of juice keep. Her family showed pride to see her accomplishments. Magic or no magic. I love Moblins!
Think of your customers, how much you help them, and how much you've done for their health. You're right. You're both right. All this time I thought my dreams of becoming a healer had come to naught, and I blamed myself for it. But I have watched Mamulja and Moblins and Hanu Hanu drink my juice, and tell me that it helped them in some way. Being a Buniwa who can't use magic feels humiliating, and I'm sure it still will for some time yet. But your faith in me makes me want to keep trying.
Whoa!
Thank you both for steering me through. I'm afraid my personal detour has cost us no little time. Let's return to Turiolal and revisit what clues we've gleaned regarding the Pelu Pelu.
Establish characters in Ordinary Goblin. Help Ordinary Goblin establish her stress around wanting to be a Kyurgeon. Solve problem around Kyurgeon. Yeah, this is it's paced better than Ralsoj, for sure. There's nothing wrong with loving Moblins. No, there ain't. No, there ain't. Oh. 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 I'm sorry y'all can't have one. I would yeet it into the skies for you if I could.
Suraja's spirit seems already, thanks to Halnarok's juicy pulp, yes?
Back it safe and sound. Thank you again for accompanying me. The drunk fellow made me realize there are, in fact, some elements for which the Pelu Pelu's current diet lacks a solution. Once I've researched the matter further, I'll be in touch. As the proud owner of Shiralja's Juicecraft, I can see my path clearly now. I won't let my customers or you down.
Is cacao still considered a medicinal spice? To some.
Perfect timing, Elio. I've got a plan for the Pelu Pelu prototype. Do you have a moment to spare? Recall the fellow in Wachumeqimeqi who was out of sorts after overindulging in mezcal. You see it all the time in Turiolal. Pelu Pelu merchants sharing a bottle or two, and then those who can't help but drink their better sense away. Water is a foolproof companion to alcohol, but perhaps we might offer a juice that addresses the headache and nausea coming the following day.
A remedy for sick feels is sure to appeal to tipsy Pelu Pelu, but what ingredients would we need for the crafty make?
In addition to the hydration water provides, certain vitamins and minerals may prove essential to relieving symptoms. The tunas found in Shaloni, for instance, are brimming with nutrients. But you're from across the salt, aren't you? Forgive me. Sometimes I forget when I say tunas. I mean the fruits of our noble palatenders. I trust you saw a few of those little cacti scurrying about when you went to Shaloni? I'm glad we didn't lose you to Shaktural. There are so many wonders to be had up there. I wouldn't have been surprised if my little juice stand slipped your mind entirely. But I digress. I heard from a native Shakturali that the Nopalatender tuna provide just the sort of relief we are looking for. Apparently some peoples up north eat tunas for breakfast after a long night of drinking, a natural cure to the after effects of alcohol. By using these fruits in our next juice, we might offer the Pelu Pelu just the cure they need.
When cure drink for achy brain case, Pelu Pelu can drink drunk without worry.
I have every faith in your skill, Elio. Blend the batch of juice made from the tunas of Nopalatenders, and add whatever you think might ease the achy brain case of the Pelu Pelu.
I swear, if the questline ends in you making Mountain Dew, I'm hoping, Marin.
In the meantime, I will be hard at work on the juices we've made together. Let me know when you make a sample already.
Which item is that, AC? I feel like the vaguely is reminding me of something. Ah, crap baskets. Come on. Script exchange. The drink item description for the Mountain Zoo. Oh, the Mountain Zoo. Okay. That looks like Mountain Dew.
A juice blend bespoke to the Peli Peli palate. Don't mind if I do? Well, clip my wool and call me an alpaca. This is delicious, intensely sweet and yet satisfying to swallow. I'm so glad it meant to be a morning drink, specifically after a night of revelry. A relief from the maladies of the merriment. Now that is a sublime idea. I'd wager even folks across the south are no stranger to such illnesses. I myself enjoy a good drink for both business and pleasure, but I always dread the blinding headaches and discomfort the next day. The same goes for the plenty of pelu pelu, so a beverage that offers succor to the more enthusiastic of our number is a godsend indeed. Thank you. Your creation shows the kindness that has me eager to test out its efficacy at once.
Who's your dad makes to get an invitation? I'm sure you'll be drinking them under the table in no time.
I do my best not to overindulge, but, well, as drink pourers, so flies judgment. Knowing this juice will be here to soak up any regrets is a great comfort. When your rent began drying up, I couldn't help but worry, but I am happy to see Shiralja juice craft is flourishing here in Wachumeqimeqi. I am deeply sorry about the late payments, but as you can see, my financial situation has improved significantly thanks to Elio's help in expanding my menu. Given our diverse selection of drinks, I was hoping we might hold a tasting party in the city sometime. A juice for everyone in Wachumeqimeqi. My gesture of thanks to the community and contrition for all the times I failed to be timely with my rent. Be honest, you're just eager for folks to taste your creations, aren't you? You're right. I am proud of our work, and I like the city taste the fruits of our labor. That is the spirit. I'll make the arrangements.
Sippy party will need lots of juicy mix, and for lots of juicy mix, we need lots of mixy bits. Handaruk will stuff Seek until his pack is bursting.
I love Moblin. Oh, I love them so much. Just positive, going out and help, just ready to fucking just can do.
A tasting party of our very own. I can hardly wait. Oh, there's so much to do, but leaving the planning to me, I'll be in touch with the details very soon.
Pelu Pelu Panacea. That's funny.
Elio, I am glad to see you. The date for the tasting has been decided. I'm flustered running with busy tasks, as Hadnarak might say. And you'll never believe the venue. It's Jabali of Tia. They such an illustrious establishment agreed to host us as beyond an honor. I can just see it now. Our customers, juice in hand, strolling the beach and taking in the view. Let's make sure everyone has a wonderful time. I've done my best to make all the necessary preparations, but there's just one last thing. Your skillful blending inspired me to create a new beverage for the event, but it's not going as well as I had hoped. The plan was to add Turali herbs and spices to effervescent water for crisp and bubbly refreshments.
Are we making Dr. Pepper? We're making root beer?
Sounds nice, doesn't it? It's called Buniwa Soda. Fucking goddamn it! Something about it and feels unfinished. More than anything, I'd like to have it ready in time for our tasting. Could I borrow your expertise for once more, Elio?
Goddamn making soda. I'll drink to that.
Wonderful. In the meantime, I'll iron out the last few details of our event. I've asked so much of you, Elio, but if we can make this tasting a success, Shirolja's juice craft shall be able to stand on its own. Shirolja. My Shirolja.
Drink item is insanely sweet and satisfying to swallow. That's what she. God damn it, AC. Girados, yeah. Come on, get me to 7-2. Sweet. Ooh. Am I gonna be able to? Probably better to rapid synth. Trained perfection. Was trained perfection 100? Yeah, trained perfection was 100. Sweet. Let's go.
Were you able to finish the Buniwa soda?
Invented by Mammal Jaw Juice Crafter, this bubbly brew is a traveler's treat.
The sparkle, that translucence. Oh, Elio, it's perfect. My special guests are bound to be delighted. Everything should be settled on my end. Adnaruk will be arriving as soon, so let's head down to the venue together. Oh, I'm getting so nervous. Friends and neighbors, thank you for coming. I hereby announce the commencement of Shirolja's Juice Craft Juice Tasting. Our beverages offer a wide range of flavors and health benefits, and they are all available free of charge. If you like what you taste, be sure to tell your friends about Shirolja's Juice Craft. But for now, relax, be merry, and drink to your heart's content.
Whoa!
I wonder what the glasses look like before the glass update that we saw with recently.
The juice fills my beak with joy. Why, I dare say any homesick Hanu would benefit from such an energizing beverage. The next time my associate and I go drinking, perhaps we'll stop by a Shirolja's Juice Craft or prickly pear juice. Something this sweet would make the perfect nightcap. Say, here is the one I drank with cherimoya juice. Could have fooled me, but if it cures my itchy scales, I'll be a customer for life.
Sarsaparilla. You'd expect that from somewhere in Shaktaral, right?
Everyone is loving the juicy mix. Now Shirolja will have all the jingles she needs to pay her rent.
Today makes a significant moment for my little juice shop. I'd like to raise a glass to both of you, if I might.
Ooh, dude. That looks really good. That looks like the spark. They really outdid themselves. That genuinely looks really good. Like, not just delicious good, but I mean, like, actually aesthetically, like, genuinely pretty.
Before you go back to Halnuruk, I had Elio whip up a new concoction. I called Buni Wasoda. I was most impressive actually. I gave him a general idea of what I wanted, and he came through for me, just like always. It energizes the herbs and spices paired with effervescent water to create a drink, both mild and refreshing. The perfect companion for the busy people everywhere.
It looks like Baja Blast, yeah.
We both are known to travel far and wide, so I wanted to make something that might rejuvenate you, and remind you of a friend who will always hope for your health and happiness. That's very thoughtful. Thank you. After our inaugural toast, I plan to add Buniwa soda to the menu, as the drink that represents Shiralja's juice craft. I spent so much time living in the shame and doubt, questioning whether or not I am capable of running even a simple juice shop. More than anything, I just want to make my family proud. But I've realized that bringing health and happiness to my customers is deeply important to me. I want to be proud of my own efforts, even if no one else's. I don't need magics to heal others. I am good enough, just as I am. And I owe the realization to both of you. Thank you, my friends, from the bottom of my heart.
Soda isn't juice. Soda is effectively just carbonated juice. There's a lot of orange juice in Mountain Dew.
Hanarok has no need for hard thanks. Hanarok is a professional, and Shiralja should speak out like one too.
I was only offering my gratitude as both a friend and a professional. Oh, they're using the Last Stand music. Oh. Oh. Besides, what was so unprofessional about your behavior at first, No time for tasty sippings, you said. No deep thoughts on juicy mix.
Hanarok would never flap such tongues. Hanarok has always been suave, smooth, and helpful hand. Slander flaps, slander flaps.
I love moblins! OJ Mountain Dew, so it's justified as a breakfast food. Excellent. Sparkly. Can you get that as a housing item? I don't think so. Ethereal soda. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah. Slander flaps. Okay, from now on, when ever one of you guys is making fun of me, I'm just gonna say slander flaps.
Juice party was a good time, but Shiralja insists on slander flaps.
That was so cute. I know, right, Voltaire? Oh.
The Juice Festival was a complete success. I had a constant stream of customers eager to hear more about our offerings.
The name Shiralja's Juice Craft has glow fame already. Soon all of Hydaelyn will know of Juice Health.
I suspect the shop will be happily serve the juice in the Wachumeqimeqi for many moons to come.
Oh boy!
Of course, we have yet to address the needs of all peoples in this nation, but I have learned so much by watching you that I am ready to mix up a new creation of my own.
And I have every confidence you'll succeed in your endeavor.
I will always be happy to see you, and the happier still if you'd be willing to sample my new creations. Of course, I'll need an ample supply of ingredients to keep with the new demand. If only there were a professional I could rely upon to gather tasty fresh on my behalf.
Hanarok will keep stuff seeking for juicy mix. Shiralja Juice Craft is a good shop. Hanarok will bring back not just tasty fresh, but busy deals and sip seekers too. As Shiralja's personal stuff seeking professional.
Halnark, that is very sweet. I hope you will come to find working here worthwhile.
Of course Hanarok has. Juicy Mix is best life. Besides which, Hanarok is happy to hand lend for Shiralja as bosom friend.
Bosom friend? What day happened to being a professional? Well, in whatever capacity it is, your help will be invaluable, Hanarok. I look forward to hearing more of your deep thoughts.
Hanarok will share all his deep thoughts with Juice Friend. Together we will blend mix the world!
I love goblins. It hurts. It hurts that they're not real. Okay, now we have to do all of that for gathering with fish even faster to make sure we make it to book club. So I'm going to suspect that book club might be an hour late. We'll see. I will give people a forewarning. Okay, this is the one everybody's been saying I'm going to like.
You're the fish abruptly introduced. Perfect timing. I have good news. You, my friend, have just inherited the deeds and rights to fish fancies Donu Hanu.
Huh?
I jest, lad, I jest. It's just my little shop here has seen better days, and I worry old Donohanu run out of tricks and keep her afloat. Fish fancies Donohanu doesn't deal in our everyday mackerel and haddock, you see. No, we deal in danger, dramas, dreams. Our fish are outstanding in their waters. Fancy catches all. Of course, not everyone shares our taste for the exquisite. The average Turali wants something familiar on their dinner plate, so local fishers tend to throw their fanciest hauls right back to the ocean. Can you imagine? Dismissing a fish simply because it's got too many teeth, or has eyes in concerning places. Needless to say, I snatch up whatever odd catch the fishers can't untangle from their nets, instead of myself. With little result, I'm afraid. I spend my days floundering, and not in the fun way. I've all but resigned myself to mongering for the masses, but I feel like meeting you here today is a sign to keep the chase in my dreams, assuming you're here to help fish me out of my troubles, that is.
To be honest, you had me at fish.
Thank you, lad. Thank you.
Donohanu! Donohanu!
Might I borrow you for a moment? There's a man asking about a fish down at the pier. I like the sound of that. Seeing as you're officially my partner now, why don't you come along? The pier's just there. Oh.
Hello. Azure clad, that makes me think he's a Wallaquee. That looks like Wallaquee clothing. That looks like a Blue Mage staff. Okay, I'm giving him a Turali accent then. Or a Jacques Turali.
This lad here is seen certain of an unusual sort of fish. I reckon you be the one to ask.
So you're Donohanu. Fish fancies Donohanu. Please, I need your strongest fish straight away.
Hold your seahorses, lad, and start from the beginning. A strong fish?
100 pardons. I didn't even introduce myself, did I? I'm Passionane, of the Wallaquee. Ours is a small community in Jacques so you may not have heard of us. We have long upheld a close relationship with nature, as it blesses us with wild creatures who bequeath magics upon us. Oh, yeah, the Martin taught me about the Wallaquee. Oh, you know Martin? Then you must have heard how mastering our magical arts, I believe he fondly called it blue magic, is a rite of passage for the Wallaquee. Now more than ever, I need to prove myself and help ease my people's suffering. Unfortunately, despite my every efforts, I've only been able to grasp one technique. The manipulation of psychiatry energies to form phantasmal fish. Hey! Okay, proof that it is phantasmal fish that are being spawned. A solitary link to the Wallaquee magic was bequeathed to me by my seabird. By a seabird. Limited though my abilities may be, I'm determined to hone them into a strength unrivaled by any, and thereby defeat any creatures my rite of passage requires. Every enemy has a weakness, and there must be fish that can exploit each one. It's a simple matter of finding the right fins for the job. Which is why for my first trial, I seek strong fish, one capable of felling a giant leathery toad. Well, that's about the most thrilling thing I have heard. You've got to send, lad, a bream come true. Ha! Fish puns! He says he needs something strong, bold, brave, a fish that isn't a tilapia. I'm now going a little bit Scottish. Come, it'll be back to the fancies with us. Once I thought up the right fish, I'm counting on you to go catch it. Right up, fishage. What a glorious day. I cannot wait to find us a mighty swimmer. Rite of passage. Okay, so wait, you're telling me that the Blue Mage version of the Paladin ability is Passage of Arms? Where's Dez when you need him? Getting a fish is a fickle thing, so it depends on the collectability. Yeah. Donohanu, my beloved. Yeah, I already love Donohanu. Already this is going very well. So many beautiful fish. Man, why are the gatherers so much better than the crafter quests? I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the crafters were okay. Like, two of the three crafters were good. Actually, wait. Ral Soj, Pameka, Solja. Yeah, it was 5, right? I did gathering the first day. What else did I do? Am I going crazy? Pameka.
Imagine all of the fish docks in all of the ports in the world. Passionate walks onto ours. I heard the vague rumor about the mages up north who pull energies out of the critters, but I had no idea they used fish. Though it sounds like the lad's a bit of an eccentric, even amongst his own people. All the more reason to help him. We odd fish have to school together, after all. Now let's see. He needs a fish strong enough to defeat a giant toad. The skin's bound to be thick, so maybe if he uses a... no, too brittle. Gives me just a moment.
Oh, wait, right. I spent all of the first day just doing Uvlo and Shunye.
But of course, the answer is obvious. Elio. I can call you Elio, can't I?
God, I love Donohanu. I love how... I want to know who wrote the fishing quest.
Passionate doesn't need a strong, he needs sharp. To which the king puffer is the blade-like spines are sure to deflate any toad like a defective dirigible.
Whoever wrote the Donohanu also was responsible for writing some of the Loporrit lines. I can just tell. I'm gonna bet money on that.
I don't pretend to know how passionate magic works, but so long as the lad needs a fish, we'll deliver him a fish. In fact, let us deliver him several. You can never have too many fish. That's a fish fancy's Donohanu motto. So on with you. So on with you, lad. But buy yourself some lungworms from Bayside Bevy and get your line in High Tide Harbor. As soon as you've reined in some kings, hurry back. We can't keep our friend waiting.
Okay, what? Can someone do me a favor? Can someone look up all of oh my god, baits I'm gonna need. Will Namazo be involved? Should they be rare and peculiar in Tyrol? I mean, there's the Outjaw. They would be rare and peculiar, but there's at least some legacy of them ending up here. Logs, fishing log. Yoctoral, Tuliolal. Okay, I'm just gonna look this up. Fishing, Wachumeqimeqi. Okay, King Puffer. Baits, Crimson Lungworm. I know I'm going to give some people a hernia with the fact that I'm buying off the market board when I almost certainly could just buy it off of, buy from a vendor for cheaper. But Yokui Pleco is Honeybee, Golden Stonefly, Nymph, or Versatile. Let's go with Honeybee. Honeybee is not buyable. Golden Stonefly. Golden Stonefly Nymph. Good Nymph. Okay. Sweet. Cheap as crap. And then... Borparaku. Oh, that needs a Honeybee. Okay, where do I get Honeybee? Honeybee can only be bought. That's... Wait, really? I must have typed then. I must have typed horny bee or something. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Cenote shark, honeybee, Bridging Halva. Cactar Dig. Cactar Jig. Good. I'm gonna buy an extra one just in case. Then Full Mistin is maybe a pop. Popper Lure. Oakley Doke. The jaw is a nudie. What is a nudie? What do you mean? Are you into older bunny men? What? What are you doing? Oh, okay. Bumboys deserve an entire day to themselves. Yeah, well, that's true. Honestly, it was the best one by far so far. So I'm pretty sure you can just use variable lures for most of them. According to this, you can't use only 2 of them will work for. But the main console games wiki is not nearly as good about fishing stuff as the other one. But the other one loads so slow, I wasn't gonna risk it. Okay, so King Puffer was a lungworm. And let's do a chum. Is it a modest or ambitious, I wonder? Okay. King Puffer on Gamerscape is response to versatile. Okay, so I want to use ambitious. Oh, sorry, response powerfully to hook set. So, well, wait, this is okay. Oh, that versatile lure. Yeah, so I want to use the powerful hook set instead of the modest lure. This should work. How many of you guys are into fishing or even know what the hell I'm talking about? Ooh, you know what? Let's just do identical cask. I can do a double hook, yeah. Let's go for it. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make a double hook. That's fine. I use versatile lure for all of them, I think, but it might take longer. Yeah, well, that's usually the thing about the versatile lure is that that's the downside of it, right? So yeah, okay, it looks like the wiki's probably wrong then, based on what you guys are saying. Praise be for versatile lure. If none of you all have gotten into fishing before in this game, it literally is a game unto itself. It actually can be quite fun. The only thing I really hate about it is the RNG windows. Like, I don't actually mind the, am I getting, no, that's fine. We'll just cast normally, and then I'm just gonna do a single ambitious. That should be fine. Second one will be fine. I hate the, like, there are some fish that are only available for like one window every couple of weeks, and that's if you're trying to complete the log, that's the one thing I don't like. But beyond that, I actually really love you know, we're gonna catch and then we'll go for a triple once we actually get to. Ooh, that's a double. Hopefully that'll get us in a. Oh wait, I need to turn on collect. Whoops. Starting from scratch, that's fine. Make sure you have collectible turn on. Yeah, thank you, Astoria. Yeah, I just caught that. Collectible is off. Yeah, thank you, CJ. Yep, just saw it. Fishing was the first Wachumeqimeqi quest I did, so oh, nice. Fishing has its own allure. Yeah, well played, well played. Collectible glove strikes again. Yeah. Man, I wish I could have preemptively fished these fish because, of course, I'm stuck doing Wachumeqimeqi. I'm doing the Wachumeqimeqi with the least amount of time that is going to be arguably the longest. Oh, god damn it. Come on. On the bright side, I'm at least filling out my board. Anyone else understand exactly what happens? Like, how do you get angler's art? There we go. Like, do you get angler arts because you get a high quality big fish? Like how do you accrue angler stars? This is one thing I've never quite understood. So, you know, Angler's Arts, the things that you can use Thaliak's favors for, that like these guys, oh, you probably can't see it because the people's names block it. But it's the buff that accrue that you can then trade in for a GP. HQ fish, yeah, okay. It is that simple. Hey. On the one hand, I'm actually enjoying the peacefulness, and on the other hand, my butthole is clenching incredibly tight because I have an hour to go and I've got 5 more of these to do. Oh, you know what? It's too bad Yukio's not here. I would explain to her ocean fishing is the best way to level her fisher. If you want to level up your fisher and you don't want to do a lot of fishing, go do ocean fishing. You will get an inordinate amount of XP per, like, voyage. And get a cute shark mitten, yeah. I think I only need 1 more if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that was the last one. Yes, because lore never starts late, and the audience would never understand why it was late. Okay, fair. Yes, you're right. People would be okay if I'm an hour late because I'm dealing with this. You're right. I would like to say that I did not faff around too much the past couple days, and I did give 3 days to complete all 5 quests. So, oh no, I was. Wait, what? Oh God, curses! I was right, but the non-collectible ones. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Are you actually playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure? Don't tell Ray Ray. I'm sure she'll want to. Do you have 6? No, I thought I had 6 because what I actually had was one of them being the thingamabooper. What the 2 that were not collectible. What is your favorite cheap beer? I go for Coors Banquet or Mango. I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. When I drink beer, if I drink rice beers, every so often they taste really delicious to me for some reason. It's hard to explain. It's like a weird thing that goes on in my mouth where they taste more like caramel. I mean like a Sapporo. But I don't drink a lot of beer. I don't drink a lot of alcohol in general. The main drink that if I drink alcohol is I'll drink like sake and a Coke or sake and a Dr. Pepper. 1/3 sake, 2/3 Dr. Pepper, delicious, absolutely delicious. You can also go down to like 1/4, 3/4, like that works well. Do it to taste, basically. Mango cart. I normally don't go for beer. I've never had that. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Honestly, the sort of stuff I drink if I drink alcohol too is I'll drink like a Mike's Hard Lemonade because it's delicious, or like an Angry Orchard. Like if I drink an alcoholic drink, it's because of drinking it for flavor. Oh my lord. Okay, I'm just gonna go closer to the deck. I know it doesn't matter. I'm still in the zone, but god damn it. Of 60, but maybe I'll give it a try anyways. 60 what? Oh, I paid $60 for the Hello Kitty, the prize of a AAA game. It's addicting without the gacha part since it's standalone. Yeah, the base game is 40. I mean, here, look, buying things should always be a question of is the value worth it for you, right? Like, if Hello Kitty Island Adventure is giving you as much pleasure as playing, like, 14 in a month, then yeah, paying $60 for it makes total sense. Yeah, spicy one as well. It's chili mango. Look, location with the fishing hole might be as scientific as crafting direction in 11, but it absolutely matters. Well played. Well played. Oh my god. I just want a king pufferfish. It's a beer with a bit of mango. See, I hate bitter in almost all contexts, and the fruit with bitter, while technically should make it better, just like highlights the bitter for me. And so I don't like fruit in my beer, because at that point I'd rather just have a fruity drink, and in almost all cases I'd rather just have a fruity drink, you know? That's where I'm coming from on that one. Three, two, one. Give me a puff. Puff, puff. Anyone know if you surface slap then identical cast, which takes priority? I assume identical cast. Sure. Dude, I have, like, in the past 6 months, I have drank, like, maybe 5 alcoholic drinks, and those were all around the same time because of celebrating, like, holiday stuff. It's not that I'm against it or anything, it just... Man, there's nothing sadder than sitting in your office, your, like, streaming office alone. Just like, oh god damn it. Are you shitting me? Oh, are you shitting? There's nothing sadder than sitting in your streaming office alone, just like drinking alcohol, like alone. Like, I dread being that. So. What was it? Crimson Lugworm. Lugworm, not Lungworm. And here, I will just do versatile. Pretty sure it doesn't actually matter, but I fished mine near the wagon thing at the start of the pier. Look, I will take any, like fish superstition luck. Okay, I'm gonna try versatile lure because the other one was not working out well for me. Any abilities that I'm not using that would be handy? Not really, because almost all my other abilities are about, like, mooching or double casting or... Yeah, there's not really anything in here. Dude, I do... A precision hook set and ambitious hook set was such a good add, I have to say. Like, that's... Having, like, more ways to, like, kind of tune down what you're looking for were great additions. I will say the additions and changes that they add to Fisher expansion to expansion are actually genuinely interesting. Like, fishing is the one gathering profession that's probably particularly interesting, or one profession of land or hand that's interesting. I do think what they add with Mining and gathering, and the crafters are usually somewhat interesting, at least. Like with crafting, we got now you get 1 free non-durability cost, which there's a lot of interesting ways to play with that. But have a good night, Infinite. Don't mind doing the final wind downs. Friendly reminder, we have a post for if you would like to join the moderation team over on T. It is over in the announcement channel on T. If you have any interest, please look into it. Thank you, Infinite. When fish drives you to superstition. I mean, that's just fishing, baby. Oh my god. Kill me. Am I going crazy? Did I just turn something off or on that's making my life impossible? We got 6 in a row. Why are we getting none? I'm gonna throw away the ones in our inventory. I don't know, man. Maybe that's what's getting us. Bitching works! Well, I guess I would like my GP back, given another chance. Is this gonna count as high quality, low quality with these guys? What is the expectation collectability? Okay, so 110 would be max. How do you raise your collectability for fishing? I don't think I've ever done fishing turn-ins, ever.
Flawless, the spines of the true monarchy. Pashinal do down puff on the pressure, with puff with pleasure.
Holy shit, those are huge!
Behold the majesty of a king. Don't let the winsome roundness fool you. King puffers are notoriously net wreckers, a menace dead or alive.
What an incredible specimen. I've never seen anything like it.
Then, may I partake? Of course, lad. These are your fish, to use however you like. You said you've pulled any magics out of them, right? How is that done exactly?
By eating every piece of it, spines and all. Since when?
You're gonna die, boo, dude. But meaning no disrespect. But you best rethink that notion, lad. You try to eat that fish, and it'll gut you from the inside. It's the only way I can acquire my magics. Rest assured, I've come prepared. As I mentioned previously, my only grasp of Wachumeqimeqi magic is upon the slippery and scaled. Where the rest of my brethren must master many techniques, I must master many fish. The method is simple. I eat a fish in its entirety, and then I can call upon it at any time. Most Wachumeqi can only summon a single species, you see. The more I eat a particular fish, the stronger our spiritual affinity grows, so I'm prepared to consume as much as necessary. To this end, I have spent many a moon studying the culinary arts, that I might prepare any and all fish for complete and pleasurable consumption. Any fish? Even fancy ones? I sell the occasional anchovy for my customer to munch on while they browse my better beauties. But if folks are only looking for a feast, then we make them the fanciest feast they've ever seen. Pashininin, you've come to teach me how to cook. In exchange, me and Elio will find any fish you need for the rite of passage. You'll have more trials to overcome than one spongy old toad, eh? Indeed, I will, thank you. Donahanu, I couldn't ask for happier arrangement. Likewise, my lad, you will be needing a kitchen, won't you? Or did you have a place in mind? No place in particular, I admit. I only aim was finding a suitable fish. The rest I assumed would fall into place. Well, you're welcome to use old Danuhanu's kitchen in the resplendent quarter. Nothing glamorous, but more glamorous than nothing.
I like that. Your generosity is limitless. Then without further ado, allow me to prepare these wonderful puffers you caught for me. How did he, but it was a bit of barrel. How did you? Did you check your butthole? Skeet up, butthole.
And there you have it. A king puffer soup garnished with deep fried spines. Garnished with spines?
Also, show me the model. Don't do. Ow.
That was divine. You really ate those spines right up. You caught some wonderful specimens. Already, I can feel their energies taking root within me. I must familiarize myself with new fish before I can use them in battle. If you'll excuse me, I will find some quiet corner in which to do so. Of course, of course. May your kings serve you royally. What a weird individual. Now I suppose we wait. Fancy a quick fish? Wachumeqimeqi. The steam level increased. Pashnine would be back at any moment. Apologies for the wait. I believe I've mastered my command over the King Puffer phantasms. Their spines were able to produce a wooden mannequin with ease. They should go right through a giant toad. My rite of passage will demand much of me, however. I'll need an arsenal of fish before attempting it. Among my marks will be a gargantuan tortoise with a shell as hard as stone. Tell me, Donahanu, do you know of a fish sturdy enough to combat such a foe? There's no fish sturdier than the Wachumeqimeqi. Their scales are as good as armor, if armor were as good as their scales. You can find them in the waters of Hahanu, and they can't resist a honeybee on a hook. Off you go now, Elio. To Kuzumaoka with you. Thank you, Elio. I appreciate it.
I will also say, because you can buy the materials for crafters, I think the gatherer ones are also just kind of better in general because, like, you actually have to go out into the world and, like, go to locations and gather. Which, like, don't get me wrong, the crafters are convenient, but so far the gatherers have just been better. But we'll have to see with Fisher. We'll have to see where it goes. Do you agree, Astoria? I'm trying to look up the Wachumeqimeqi to see. It is best with a ambitious. Okay, collectability is on. I also do appreciate the Fisher. Like, if I wasn't streaming, I'd be particularly enjoying, like, the way in which it slows it down and makes you engage with the actual practice of the collecting you're doing. Just because all the other collections are just so fast and easy and convenient. And I don't know, the game would be better if it was less convenient. I mean, people already, not a lot of people do this anyways. Like, again, like, as far as I can tell based off the statistics, only 3% of players have done all the Wachumeqimeqi quests. And I doubt the amount of players that have actually done it is more than like 4x times that at the most. Gotcha, bitch. Oh, interesting. It didn't give me 3, it just tripled the collectability. Oh, interesting. Okay. See, I know I've done so much fishing in this game compared to the average player, but there's still things I don't. Because, like, the thing about collectability is, like, why would you do fish collectability when gathering collectability is so much faster and more controllable, you know? And it's not like the fish collectability, as far as I know, gives you, like, particularly more reward. I mean, obviously, if you really like fishing and you don't care about efficiency, you know, that would be a reason to do fishing instead. And we're having much better luck on this. Okay, next is going to be Cenote Shark. Cenote Shark uses Raging Hanu Head. Raging Hanu Head, and then Full Mist Virgin accessibly. Ambitious 1, Ambitious 2, Ambitious me, Ambitious you. And do any of these use a modest lure? No, they all use ambitious, huh? That's crazy. I mean, I suppose at least as long as they're showing the player how to, that it's worth using them, that's still, you know, step up. Any of you guys do fishing who don't understand how the ambitious and modest lure thing works? Sweet. How many am I at? 5. I need one more. Oh no! If I use the high course, oh, I would have had it. Oh, I'm such a fool. I know it doesn't work. The only thing I use is prize catch with Thaliac. Okay, so ambitious and modest lures showed up in Dawn Trail now. Basically, any fish that would react to a precision hook set, if you use modest lures, they're way more likely to show up. And if they react to a powerful hook set, you use ambitious lures and they're way more likely to hook up. What it's really good for is if you're going for specific fish, if you know which of the hooks they respond to, you can basically cut your like pool of fish you will possibly get down in half or less. So if you're searching for very specific fish, they can be invaluable. And we're good. Well, that'll be useful when I eventually get the fish grind. Yeah, yeah. If you're trying to like fill out your log, it's like a world of difference. I'm really glad I didn't start trying to fill out my log on Elio until Dawn Trail came out, because without it would have been an absolute pain. Not that it's still not a pain, but it's less of a pain. You can also use it 3 times within one fish, each time increasing the likelihood. And if you use it 3 times, it would 60. The first time it's 10, second time it's 20, third time it's 30.
The Wachumeqimeqi needs to be swimming in the waters of the Hanu coast. Very firm indeed. If I didn't know better, I'd say you just handed me solid ore.
Oh, they picked fish that you could put in the aquarium. That's why they have models for them.
What do you think, Pashnin? Elio outdid himself, if you ask me. By neither bake nor talon, as we say in Okanu, nothing cracks a Wachumeqimeqi without its say-so.
Perfect. I dare say I shall need a chisel. Where does he keep putting them? Just look at all this plump meat. Enough for me to get the energies I need and then much more. Would you both care for a bite? The soft part's here. As rich as any terrestrial game, wouldn't you say? What's more, the shell serves as a natural seal during frying, trapping its subtle flavors inside.
You really know how you're cooking, Pashnin. I have never ventured far beyond a hot grill and sprinkle of salt myself, but having tasted your pleco all but proves that for every fancy fish, there's equally fancy recipe.
My, that's delicious. Where's this come from? What?
Your fish wouldn't happen to be for sale, would it? I came to a market on another errand, but the aroma is simply to die for. My apologies, ma'am, but that fish is already spoken for.
Nonsense. I partake in all that I require, so you're welcome to the rest. And as for the recipe, it's quite simple. First, you shall need a small chisel. Do you actually want to know? Maybe. It's the same imaginary pocket we fit Namazu and dead bodies in.
It's working, Elio. The people that are pursuing our pretties. I never gave much of thought to the recipes, but now I see that you can sell a fish all on their own. And the more fish Pashnin masters, the more recipes we'll have to win new customers. Let's both keep our skills sharp, eh, lad? There's no telling what Pashnin will need next.
Okay, so far, like, yeah, it's awesome he's a Wallaquee. Yes, it's funny he's eating fish. This quest was a nothing burger. So this is also not. I'm kind of glad. I mean, on one hand, it would have been nice to end on a high note. On the other hand, I'm kind of glad I started with Shunye and Uvlo because, like, theirs is just so much better than almost everything else.
Elio, I have good news. The customer who brought our spare Wachumeqimeqi has been telling all and sundry what a treat they are. Business for the fancies is well boomin'. Not boomin' per se, but much better than usual.
I'm glad my culinary recipes could be of small help. Thanks to the two of you, my dreams fields within my reach, and my training proceeds apace.
Speaking of, what's next on your fish list? Surely you need more flippers to guarantee your goals.
I love how Don Hanu talks. The next mark in my rite of passage is a gigantic crocodile of inordinate strength. Nothing short of a massive fish will stand a chance, I'd wager. Like that one.
Eh? Korpiruka, a discerning eye you got there, lad. Those beauties are the swivel swimmers of Urkopacha, packing 10 tons of fish power for every ounce of flesh. Peru fishers are known to throw their rods should they hook one, unless they thirst for a swim downstream. I'd offer you the fellow in the tank, but he's the face of the fishy fancies, Don Hanu. Of all our offerings, Korpirachu could sell surprisingly well, likely due to its sheer volume. But Elio here will catch you another one. A bigger one. The fisher who snagged the big boy from Karvuher then first said it went wild for honeybees. Someone with your arm should have no problem reeling in a few. Probably, you know how to swim, right? Just in case.
My favorite fish goes to swim. I need to replay all of the Crystarium and Studium ones. It's been too long, and I do not recall them very well. It was before I was taking notes. I don't think I'll do those on stream, but I definitely maybe we'll talk about them at one of the next book clubs, Astoria. Maybe we'll talk about like do Crystarium one of the weeks, and then we'll do the Studium one. It was the Ethereal Study one. Oh yeah, that one was a good one. That one was a good one. It is really interesting to me that Worker Zormer doesn't really show up on the map for Urkopacha. I mean, I know it's only a singular peak, but still. I know that, and also I know the map is like just a general representation of the place. It's not always a one-to-one. It is interesting to me that like the Stardust Rend is such a huge feature on the map, but then you look at the globe from Mare Lamentorum and you can't really see it. But then again, you know, it's kind of like how Wall of China super represented on stuff, but then you can't see that from space. Getcha. Still got honeybees? Yes. It was Core Purok. Did I? No, I didn't. Ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Yep, it's also a ambitious. I guess really identical cast is the only one I need to worry about using because then I only have to cast 3. Hey. That is interesting that a triple cast and double cast increase the quality rather than the amount. I think that's smart. Because then that's one of your ways to modify the amount. I know it'd be really dumb, but I kind of wish you could use identical cast multiple times in a row. That'd be rad as hell. Ostensibly because of the amount of GP it costs too, I feel like you should be able to do it because you're going to be sacrificing the ability to do other things. Does guarantees that the next case will be a large sized fix? I wonder, I should try prize catch and see if that helps me get them at all. Because I don't think it should. But I'm not very sure with collectibles. Give me a fishy. Yosh. Levels. This is 95. So I'm technically going to be halfway done after this. So I'm making okay time. I definitely can finish within 90 minutes. So I'm definitely not going to be later than 7, I don't think. Famous last words. Let's see if this does me any good. Ah, shit, I'm not going to have enough for identical catch if I get it. Please, please. Oh, it's gonna be it, and then I'm gonna be like, fuck, I don't have enough for identical catch. Fuck, I don't have enough for identical catch. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to want to love another. Right now. Ah!
Gobby going fishing, fishing for the gobby. There are multiple requests that emphasize that they like to do the fishing, but they also lose their fishing rods because they don't have an easy time tracking their stuff.
I'm not quoting the Queen Bee music. I'm gonna have to be doing M2S quite a bit next week. I'm not looking forward to doing. Oh, well, actually, no, that's not true. I like that fight, and also the music is definitely catchy as shit. Because I'm just going through M1 through M4 to get clears and get gear over the next like week or two. Because I haven't been prioritizing because I had other life stuff going on, but now I'm actually gonna do them with so I can get the clears and gears and not have to think about it anymore. Content. Come on, just one more. Just one more. It sounded like Bird Person from fucking Rick and Morty. Trouts love you. Yeah. Well, I don't love trout. Give me my fish! There we go. All you gotta do is get angry and violent enough, and then you'll get it. Get whatever you want. Just like real world life lessons.
All in is the size of the fish of your own body. It's a fish of fancies, isn't it? Pack your bee bag and go in and pull us.
Already got it.
Wait, what? I'm not going to ask how you managed to drag this sheer mass of Korpiraku all the way back to Turiolal. I'm not going to ask, but I would love to know.
I love Donohanu. Whoever wrote him, I firmly believe whoever wrote him was also responsible for writing the Loporrits, and there's another group, I feel like, the Mammoths. I feel like whoever wrote them wrote the Mammoths from Island Sanctuary and the Loporrits. Or at least wrote for some of them.
Now this is the sort of Korpiraku that you need passioning. Smooth, shiny, and enormous. Like me. Are you really planning to eat all of it?
Of course, my development demands it. Only by partaking of a fish in its entirety might I come to understand its energies. This applies doubly so for the fish of such prodigious body mass. Man, I wish we would get to see these abilities. Despite its size, however, I can tell its meat has a mild flavor. A sauce of aromatic herbs should pair well, and I dare say the head will have plenty of fat to lead to a savory taste.
You can tell all that with just a look.
How
the fuck does a Hanu Hanu whistle? Someone explain that to me, please.
Now that's a lovely now that's loving thy fish. But old Danu Hanu won't be outdone. I'll learn the recipe and pass it on to everyone who buys at Korpiraku. Just wait till the Pelu Pelu get a taste of those aromatic herbs, eh? They might start to keep a firm grip on their rods.
That's what she said. Like a parrot? Lots of birds whistle? Today I learned. Yeah, I guess parrots do whistle. Can someone help me understand how the hell they do that? It's my hope that I'll be creating a delicious dish. I should have known that you'd come in with the bird facts, V. I might pay respects to the life of which I partake. Preparing and eating this fish will take some time. If you need me, I shall be in your kitchen, Donohanu. And once I've finished, I should be prepared for my rite. Okay, so we're... How does a robin whistle? Yeah, how does bird song work? They have special organs for whistling? Hell yeah, learn new shit every day.
The time finally come, eh? Are you nervous about the trial?
The prospect of testing my skills in battle is done, but if I must if I am to prove my worth as a Wachumeqi.
Besides, I carry with me more than a phantasm of the aquatic. Your wisdom and Elio's tenacity will steer me true. In keeping with Wachumeqi tradition, one of my brethren will witness my rite of passage. It's a hunt that will take me across the land, but my final stop will be in Uyu. I'd be honored if you'd come and meet me there, that you might see what I've accomplished.
What if you just, I don't know, let me go see the Wachumeqi and where they are, and let me know geographically and exactly where in space they are.
The honor would be all ours. Pashne, Elio, we'll go on ahead while I close up here. Good luck.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought Uyu was going to be in Shaloni. That would have made kind of more sense, seeing as... I ain't question it. You know, it really is interesting the degree to which so many of these don't go into Jacques Tarral, mostly because, I mean, obviously they're not going to go to Heritage Found, and how much, like, the story that's going on is being developed for the first 3 places. But, like... It is kind of sad the degree to which, like, a lot of side quests in 14 in Dawn Trail have to kind of either be hyper localized in Jacques Tarral or Jacques Tarral, and even when they're in Jacques Tarral, it's like almost more like Living Memory and Heritage Found, or like you don't have a lot of going in there and doing stuff like for people in Jacques Tarral. I get why, and I get that point. The X is kind of also touching on this and addressing it as like things start to get reintegrated, but
we must be early. Hunting is time-consuming work, even by traditional means. Might take a tad longer when you're fighting with fish.
you made it. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. What's that sound? Oh, shit! Our boy fishing it up. A gargantuan toad punctured by king puffers, a mighty tortoise shattered by Yokui plecos, and behemoth crocodile crushed by Korpiraku. My comrade bore witness to both my hunt and the passing of these noble beasts. They'll be conveyed to our village, whereupon they shall receive proper burial rites.
So you're headed home then. Pass your rite of passage with flying colors, as we knew you would.
Not yet. There's another beast I must defeat before I can be accepted as a true Wachumeqi. A greater and deadlier than the rest combined. A carnivorous tree with the body of a beast. I know I ought to have told you sooner, but I'm afraid I have no idea how to slay it. Surely even fish have their limits.
Now listen here, Pashneen. I don't know what you and your people expect of you, but I have seen how dedicated you are to your craft, and there's nothing the right fish can't do. So old Danuhanu will get you the fish. In fact, just the other day I heard from the Gibral trader that something strange and dangerous is lurking in the cenotes of Jatika heartlands. Leave the one to me, Elio. I was a bit of a fisher in my youth. I think I can handle one simple catch.
That doesn't bode well. But didn't you just say it was dangerous? I'm going after him. Is the friend gonna say anything?
Pashneen has always struggled with our people's arts, but few Wachumeqi rival him in persistence. There was a time he felt ashamed of his limitations, but the young man I saw today was confident in his abilities. I imagine we have you and the Feathered Fellow to thank for that. Speaking of which, you ought to follow him to Yachtel. There's no telling what sort of dangers lurk in those cenotes, and I wouldn't put it past Pashneen to attempt something noble but reckless.
Today's fun fact. What is the largest what is a human being's largest organ? Took a second to like figure out. Yes, good to see, glad to have you. And also, yes, skin. I'm glad y'all apparently did go to school. Joe Britt. Joe Britt. Yeah, it's Joe Britt, center field. It's like probably a glottal stop. Utomu Horizon. Skin, unless you count the Facilla as a single orb. Yeah. See, okay, CJ, you see you're even going deeper into it. You definitely didn't learn that in school?
Elio, I was a fool. I thought I had it, but my line snapped and sent me reeling like some green fisher. But there was no mistaking what I saw. There's a shark in these cenotes. Must have drifted here from the salt by way of the underground channel.
See, there are even underground channels! Why? Why couldn't we have gone into the cenotes? That would have been so cool! Gotta get you some use out of this biology degree.
It was already angry when I met it, and having my hook in its mouth can't be improving his mood. You've got to catch it, Elio, both to help Pashnin and to maintain public safety. I used honeybees to lure it from the depths, and I can't have it gone far. Hurry, before it cracks the hip of another foolish fishmonger.
Oh, I was gonna say, where the hell did he even fish it up? But yeah, that makes sense. Whoa, why am I breaking? There we go. I must have like been perfectly on the line. What the hell's going on? Okay. Try that. Vicious lure. It is really kind of weird to me that they don't have you mooch at all. Like, it's such like a basic fundamental thing for fishing in this game. You'd think that like having to use mooching would have made a lot of sense. Spicy fish stew. Actually, V, do we have any more of the I don't need one right now, but do we have any more of the curry pond? Please don't tell me I ate all of them. They were so fucking good. Beware Screen's warning of fishing attempts. We have some left? Yeah, okay, cool. Skybound Emerald under Sapphire. Sapphire under Emerald. God, that would have been so good. I think Laffy came up with the reason why it wouldn't work, but like Sapphire under Emerald, if the daytime theme was or if there was a musical theme for like the Jatika, that was what it was. If there was a musical theme for the Jatika Heartland, and there was also a theme for the like Jobert Cinderfield and Utomu Horizon, it should definitely be like Emerald under Sapphire, like the forest under sky, and then Jatika Heartland should be Sapphire under Emerald because it's the like blue forest beneath the green. Oh my God! Just give me your shark! Oh my God, I need some help right now. Need this motherfucking shark to show up in my inventory. Shark. Oh, guys. I'm an idiot. I've caught 3 of them already. I need shark bait, hoo-ha. Yes, agreed. I caught 3 of them already and I just didn't notice it because I was looking for the collectible warning.
You're back. Did you get that piece of carp?
Actually, you know what? I blame you guys. Why are none of y'all watching close enough to tell me, to warn me of my own mistakes?
I knew at first the tug that it wasn't an ordinary fish, but this defies imagination. But I cap it off.
Elio, you're a phenomenal fisher. A fish of this size and strength may be exactly what I need to defeat the carnivorous tree. What luck. Finding it out these open oceans would have been a trying task, but now you've got everything you need to face your final challenge. Anyway, we can talk more back at the fancies. The man needs to be surrounded by his favorite fish if he's to make a full recovery. Oof. Distracted by curry talk. And this is Elio Forgeron, back with you, back to talk about, give me a second.
And this is Elio Forgeron, here back with you in time to talk about Curry Talk. Today's curry, Japanese golden curry, the only curry that should be eaten, as it is the best. Moving on. I will take no further questions.
Not our fault, slander flaps. Home at last, but at least now Pashnin is ready. The speed and strength of one of the ocean's deadliest predators will serve you well. Only, you'd best make a meal of it soon. Nothing's quite so stinky as a slain shark. Before I do, I must know something. That shop dealing in rare and unusual fish should even exist feels miraculous to me, like an answer to all my prayers. You have far exceeded the demands of a fishmonger to assist me, even to the point of personal injury. Why? Well, it's a bit embarrassing to put into words, lad. But like I told Elio earlier, these fish, these big, small, strange, ugly, fancy fish are my passion. I'll never tire of seeing what sorts of bizarre creatures are swimming around out there. But where I see beauty, some folks seem danger. What I consider fascinating, others consider a nuisance. When something like a cenote shark floats into a populated area, more likely than not it gets exterminated on principle. Unusual catches get discarded as worthless all the time. Their worth is dismissed simply because they are different, and that ruffles my feathers. It's responsibility as a fish lover to honor our catches, each and every one. Only it takes more than simply loving a fish to convince others of its value. It takes a deep understanding of everything that fish has to offer. And that I learned from you, Pashnin. You're a reason fish fancies Donohanu might one day become the shop that gives odd fish a place in markets everywhere. So don't you worry yourself about Donohanu, lad. Keep your eyes on getting through the rite of passage like the proud Wallaquee you're destined to be. Now go on and eat up. That beastly tree isn't going to topple itself. Thank you. I won't let you down. When Pashnin due to return, I'll let you know. Thanks, Elio. Can I just say, I wish they would make it simple for the fisher and give us a damn tackle box to hold all the bait and hooks. Yeah, 100%. An extra inventory that we could put bait and tackle in so that they weren't stored in there or stored elsewhere would be awesome. I suspect the reason they don't is the same reason that they haven't, like, we used to not have this many slots for rings, but when they got rid of belts, they gave everything 5 and then gave rings some extras, and then there was still some extra space that they saved. I think it's mainly to do with data management. I don't understand really how it would have... The fact that 10 more inventory spaces for people would genuinely be a danger to like the transmission of information to the servers is terrifying to me, but hey. Any moment now, Pashnin should be back with news. Bait box, die box, please. Die box, no, just at that point, just make dies charges. Instead of a die box, just make it so that when you get a die, you consume it and get a charge of that die that you have saved effectively. So that way, that'll also increase the scarcity of dies that will make their prices go up as well. There he is. Ahoy! Pashnin, the fearless fish fighter. Pray, do not call me fearless, Donohanu. I fled from the vile carnivorous train and came here, now in disgrace. My brethren reassured me that I may undertake the trial again, but now for the life of me imagine what a fish might fell that dread beast. Cast aside the cenote shark as though it were a mere minnow. There, lad. We'll find you another fish, never ye fear. In the meantime, let's get something in your belly, eh? Nothing lifts the spirits like a fancy feast.
Say, Elio, do you have a permit to travel to Choctaral?
I do.
Excellent. There's that fascinating fish in Saloni that's said to refresh and rejuvenate. Nothing better to perk up our old passionin, I say.
Do you mean the raging Hanu head?
The very same. You familiar with the old mad head, then?
I've never seen one in person, but I've heard they resemble Hanu Hanu, and they migrate from the waters into the sky upon maturity.
An indomitable fish, a fish of substance. We need 6 of them, Elio. Cross the bridge to Shaloni, and cross the bridge Zorgor the Boundless to Shaloni, and cast your line to the eastbound Zorgor, and don't forget the dragonflies for your bait. We're counting on you.
Now, I don't want to hear when you can pay for an extra saddlebag. I mean, it doesn't have to be a pay option. And also, we could separate critique there, right? Like, wanting the thing is separate from if they implement it poorly, right? Or am I misunderstanding you, Voltaire? I love a nice braised fish fillet and butter and lemon sauce. You know, I've never needed the lemon. I feel like good fish doesn't need the lemon sauce, but I definitely think middling fish definitely needs the lemon sauce. That's my personal opinion. But I also love salmon, and salmon can be very flavorful. Got the cenote shark, raging Hanu head. It needs cactar jig or versatile lure. Try the cactar jig first. Hot take maybe, but I don't like lemon on my savory foods. I'm with you. Every so often with certain things, it's okay, I find. Like, if a fish is, like, kind of middling or unflavorful. But other than that, I'm with you, Astoria.
Scooby-Doo. Where are you now?
Okay, if I get that guy again, I'm gonna surface slap the shit out of the ground. I would argue it's not about being Julia Child, AC. I would argue a good food, good ingredients are less requiring of a sauce or an accentuation. I don't think an accentuation is denotes that you have a palate. If anything, a lot of times a sauce can be used to cover up things. Like the reason that like sushi has all the sauces and spicy mayos and all the stuff in America is mainly because our fish quality is so relatively middling in most locations. Excuse me. I meant that if the worry of more bags was a problem, then the extra saddlebag you could pay for is my query. Okay. To be fair, this extra saddlebag isn't. Is that paid for? I thought that was just Oh no, that's an extra home teleportation ticket. I was gonna say about the linking your account thing, but that's different. Also, at the point at which you're paying for an extra saddlebag, just pay for an extra retainer.
Zorgor Core. Korgor. Korgor the spherical.
I need to let people know I'm going to be a little late. Raging Hanu head. Oh, god damn it. Of course, I don't have enough for a goddamn replication. I shouldn't have been spending my extra. The chums aren't worth it. It's not actually going to save me that much time. How long are our fishing lines? Well, seeing as you basically you can literally space fish in places like Mare Lamentorum and Ultima Thule, I don't know that they necessarily have a limit. Ooh, the fish got away. Well, alrighty then. Three, 2, 1, 0. So close. Come on, give me a Raging Hanu head. Fuck you, Clydesdale. Fuck you in the ocean you came in on. Honestly, seeing as we're literally, you know, fishing into the Stardust Rend, man, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that shit. We're fishing in the butt crack of Hydaelyn, as it were. Okay, well, at least it's something new. I just want a motherfucking Raging Hanu head. If I start screaming again, will you give it to me? Because that's what happened last time. If I don't get after this, I'm gonna do some sort of incoherent rant or scream. The game didn't want to hear my bullshit. And to be fair, I don't think either of you did either. Threatening software always works. That's how I got stuff that won't install properly to cooperate. I mean, so far we're looking pretty good tonight. Every time I threaten the software with stuff. Okay, just one more. Oh my GZ Christ. I'm gonna punch myself in the nads if you don't give me a goddamn fish next. The more I work with tech, the more that I'm this close to believing in the machine spirits of Warhammer 40k. Yeah. I'd be up fishing all night. Oh. Back to fishing. All hail the Omnisaya. All hail the Omnisaya. Yeah. I've been on a weird bit of a Warhammer bent in my free time lately. Been playing a little bit of Warhammer Space Marine 2 and, you know, just reading. I've only ever learned about Warhammer as a pastiche. Like, I've only ever, like, just, like, jumped from topic to topic. Okay, for any of you here know Warhammer, favorite faction? Or favorite, like, Astartes faction? I love the Grey Knights. I don't think they get, like, enough love. Because, like, they're goddamn Psyker Astartes. Just teleporting all over the place and shit. The fish are racist against Eorzean. Mom, the fish are racist. Or Tau. Well, okay, if we're talking about all the factions, I mean, yeah, Tau, because, like, yeah, you're not going to have a lot of civil liberties exactly, but at least you kind of live in a generally otherwise utopian-shaped society. Like, if I was going to have to live with one of the factions, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to live in Tau. And yeah, if you like your lasers and your Gundams and your mecha. Oh my god. Fucking cloud sailing. If I get another one of these, I'm just surface slapping and then... Pretty sure it doesn't help your fishing that you've got gales. Oh, yeah. Sure. After this one, maybe I'll try doing a versatile lure and see if that solves my problem. Never mind. Okay, so I should be on time. I should be... I'm gonna let people know again. Laffy, Luna, Voltaire, you can... Voltaire, are you watching still? Voltaire or Deirdre? Okay, cool. So everybody knows. I'm just checking that everybody knows that I'm going to be 30 minutes late. Because I have one more quest after this, I believe. I said it in the general chat. I don't know if anybody yeah, we'll be starting in 30 minutes. Gatherer, materia. Oh, actually, no, I need folklore. Hello? Ooh, more. Do you mind passing me a drink, too? Much obliged. V's very kind and generous and brought me more curry pond. Because I'm a deviant. Will I be finned and scaled? In all my years of manga fishing, I've never seen a finer fellow than a raging Hanu head. Thank you. Jesus Christ, that's a big fish. Go. Remarkably rotan, yes, a fine resemblance indeed. Donohano is good. I love Donohano. I first heard about the raging Hanu head from a traveling Palu merchant. In virtue of our close ties to nature, we Waluqui are always keen to hear of new unusual creatures, you see. Apparently, their eggs are laid in the freshwater lakes, but once hatchlings reach maturity, they leap into the clouds by way of the water spouts created by hell snow sharks. At first, I thought it odd that Jok'Taral fish was named for a Yogg-Tarali peoples. But perhaps a traveler like that merchant found its shape reminiscent of a people who left an unforgettable impression, and so fondly named the creature. Be it of Jok'Taral or Yogg-Taral, that's a fish that'll soothe your spirits and strengthen your resolve. I'll leave the cooking to you, Pashnin. Though don't mind me studying your techniques as you do. If there's a trick to making heavenly catches even heavenlier, our customers need to know. Let's have ourselves a raging feast, eh? Dubiously cannibalistic, though it may be. Oh, I love Danu Hanu's sense of humor. Would you care for serving a raging Hanu head, Elio? Plate me up. I'm intrigued. Understood. I'll get straight to work. Donohanu's sense of humor and, like, characterization saves a lot of this for me. Because, like, there's not even that much juicy Waluqui stuff we're getting, which is kind of sad. Like, I was hoping for a lot more interesting Waluqui information. Here we are. Raging Hanu head soup.
Delicious. Disturbingly delicious. The meat had fluffier texture than I imagined, a result of its aerial habit, perhaps? Without a doubt, happy is the man who sups on fresh catches. Even they do look slightly like him. Thanks for fetching us this treat, Elio. Now that the Pashnin's got its color in his cheeks, we can see about fishing for his final challenge. Old Danuhanu's just got to give it a good think, and I'll be sure to come up with something. Scoobity-doo. Ah, Elio, you surprised me. I'm feeling much improved in body and both spirits. Body and spirits both, thank you. I'm glad to hear it, lad. Ready to take on your trial again. Then we need to find a fish among fish, with fins that can cut that carnivorous tree to timber. Then my cenote shark failed to evoke so much as a flinch. I tried unleashing every fish at my disposal. I think I only irritated it. We might need a fresh perspective then, Elio. What think you of this conundrum? In this case, I don't think brute force alone is gonna work. That's a fair point, lad. We've been choosing based on might, but there are plenty of ways for a fish to finish first. For instance, Heritage found, was it? They say lightning energies are thick in the air. Any fish that thrives in such a habitat should be brimming with power. The power to paralyze even the sturdiest beast. Are you up to the journey, Elio? Finally, we're getting sent into... This is the only one that sent us into Heritage Found. Of course you are. You're an ally to all things aquatic. Now I don't know the area half as well as a local, so once you arrive up north, ask around. We're looking for a big, bad, and shuckin'. Then I'll continue training in the meantime. When I face the monster again, it'll know the true fury of a piscatory phantoms. I'm not crazy, right? I'm fairly certain this is the first time any of them has sent me. Well, I guess, to be fair, with most of the crafters, I bought most of the materials, so it's possible that one of them had me in Heritage Found and I just didn't realize it. Donuhanu's great. Getting a little bit about the Wachumeqimeqi is great. I am a little let down with the degree people were talking this one up from a lore perspective. I thought there was going to be a lot more juicy stuff going on. I'm going to be honest. Not many come in search of full misturgeons. Fewer still leave with one. Find yourself a popper and drop your line in the submerged skyline. The little misturgeon developed an ability to store electrical energies within its body, so take care when handling it. If you're lucky enough to hook one, that is. Man, this guy looks like he's about to be a Wachumeqi with how blue he is. He's blue, da-boo-dee-da-boo-die. Sorry, but I work in agriculture. I wouldn't know the first thing about fish, electric or otherwise. Did you try submerged skyline? Where there's water, I'd wager there's fish. Latin aspected fish, well, you come to the right place. Can't remember where exactly, but I once saw a dorsal fin that was crackling with energy. Got shivers just looking at it. Archeo Alexandria. Archeo Alexandria. Double. Man, also, they're all double exclamations. I was hoping like at least like this final one might be a triple exclamation or something. Like, you'd think that Wachumeqimeqi kind of like the role quest might teach some of the crafting stuff. Like, okay, fundamental basics, like mooching and stuff. Because presumably, I guess the reason why is in case they ever get rid of, like, mooching or something. But they would have to overhaul the system so much in order to do that. So, no, like, I don't understand why they don't use mooching at all. Or other fundamentals. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. I thought we were gonna land over on this and then be able to fish. That would have been crazy.
Okay. And then I need a popper lure. I mean, I get that they didn't want to make it too difficult, right? Like, that the main reason not to do it is just to make sure that it's not too difficult. But at the same time, watch me get it first time. 360 no scope fish. Ah. Do kids these days even know what a 360 no scope is? Like, is that? I mean, I assume like with Fortnite and stuff that like that probably still is around to some extent. At least I'm fishing out my book. I'm not a kid, but I don't know what that is. 360 no scope. So in the time of particularly in the Xbox 360 era, like Call of Duty lobbies and stuff, it was a flex to be able to like jump, spin around 360 degrees, and headshot someone without scoping, even scoping it on your rifle. Like 360 no scope became a whole thing. And you'd see a whole bunch of like early YouTube videos would be just like compilations of like 360 no scope. I don't think kids these days even know what a teabag is. They got some fancy taunt dances. Back in my day, all we needed was the crouch button. My favorite thing I hear is that apparently some kids call other kids default as an insult. You know, like the default skin. Like you can't even afford anything, so it's like default has become an insult. I don't know how prevalent that is, but I hear it's apparently a thing. I'm sorry, I can't offer you more guidance at this time. Don't need to. I got it right here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'd be outside my genre of games, yeah. It came into being particularly, we're talking about like the mid-2000s. It might be existent prior to that, but I remember it early YouTube, like 2007 onwards particularly. 2006, maybe. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, 360 era, basically. Now, this is certainly an electrifying catch, Elio. A bolt from the blue. Joke's on you, I play here. I'm already default. Well played. The call is the film is certain today, and adapted to the hardships of the environment by skill and dedication. This is the fish to remember, lad. Finspirational. Then I shall warn more caution than usual in the kitchen. Never partaken of a fish so steeped in lightning energies. Already keen on devouring this odd fish whole. They say you are what you eat, Pashneen, but nobody knows it better than you. From you, Danuhanu, that is flattery of the highest order. I'll gratefully partake of your fish and attempt my trial once more. I hope you'll honor me with your presence on this day. This time, I will succeed. I could have sworn someone mentioned something about Zodiark and the ethereal ley lines being mentioned in the Wachumeqimeqi quest, but there's no place I'd rather be, lad. Man, kids are mean. Calling someone default so much worse than mid. Yeah, that does cut deep. Oh, hey, it's the thing from Don Meg. Luna, good to go have you. I'm not the man I was. I have all I need to prevail. Endwalker fishing roll. That's what I was misremembering. Thank you, Luna. Great beasts of the wilds, by your might may my worth be proven. Denizens of the blue, attend. Oh, fuck, is he summoning the fish? Full force. Oh, boy, let's fucking go. Full Mistargin. Oh, dude, why are the fucking Gatherer finales so much better than the Crafter finales?
Great beast of the wilds, I pay homage to your sacrifice. By your might has my worth been tested, and by the fates may it be measured true. Rights will be bestowed upon your body, and by your strength shall I protect our natural world. Remarkable lad, well done. Donohanu, Elio, this is all thanks to you. I came to you as frantic novice begging for a fish with which to prove myself, and now here I stand, a worthy member of my tribe, confident in my command of sharks and sturgeons alike. How can I ever repay you? I'm pondering the same, Pashnin. How can I ever repay you for the recipes, for teaching our customers the favors of fancy fish? Thanks to ye, our piscatory paths have have a place in the market. Fishers are bringing me all sorts of catches now, finding value where they didn't think to look before.
Also, I love that there's all the jokes that, like, because of, like, the original, like, Realm Reborn stuff, Fishing Quests, and onwards had, like, a lot of these puns.
Soon, fish fancies Donahue won't just be that queer little stall in the Wachumeqimeqi. We'll be preeminent dealer of unusual aquatic specimens from across the continent, a place where even the oddest fish are welcome. So, hold your head high, lad, and take your place as a full-fledged Wallaqui. You'll always find friends waiting for you in Tuliolal.
If other players don't wait for cutscenes, just don't join in. Like, if they want to solo it, that's on them. But if other people aren't going to wait for cutscenes, then just don't. Just be like, okay, I'm waiting.
Fish's fancy Donahue. She lives, lad. She posed a humble prophet, and Pashnin's gone and achieved his dreams. He stood by us and stopped the way, Elio. We both have been lost without ye. I hope you enjoyed your time at the fancies.
What? Who would ever reply this? That's so mean. Don't worry, you had me hooked since the start.
Is that so? Then remember that Tural is your oyster, and in her waters are all sorts of bizarre pearls. It's just a matter of finding them. Your skill will continue revealing the big ones, I little doubt, and the Pashnin and I will be boarding our repertoire of unordinary, so I hope you come by from time to time and brag about the latest catch. We odd fish have to stick together after all, and that means you too, Elio, like it or not.
I like Donohanu. I think that was like a solid maybe B. Esteemed contributor, Fish Fancies, Donohanu. Okay. Forever Fancy. Is there any kind of like follow-up quest? No. V, can you start doing the wrap-ups then? I'm actually surprised that there's no like follow-up quest or anything. Need to do the Blue Mage quests. Yes, definitely do them. Okay. I guess we're gonna call it for there today. I gotta go. I'm only gonna be like 20 minutes late, but we've got Lore Book Club over in the Discord, discord.gg/Eorzean Thanks for watching today, guys. I will be probably not streaming next week. I'm gonna be focused on working on videos because I'm already taking off basically a year, 10 months, and then I was planning on being back with more videos in December, and I haven't even hit that up yet. So I'm gonna focus on that. Are you not doing the capstone? Is there a capstone? Where is it? Regin, good to go to have you. Wachumeqimeqi. Accessibly. I didn't see it anywhere in Tuliolal. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it because I haven't finished 7.1 on Elio. You have to finish 7.1. But there's appreciated value, patch 7.1. We'll make sure to maybe do that as a warm-up whenever we start doing 7.1. Can't do this. No, you can. It's not that. It's that you have to finish Crossroads. But we can go ahead and talk about it in book club. I don't mind if spoilers for it. Especially if there's anything interesting in particular from the Lord standpoint to talk about. Okay. We're going to call it there. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Don't forget, we've got not only Lore Book Club and all the good stuff with the Eorzean Archives, but the live letter is going to be happening before too long. We'll be streaming that as usual on the night that it happens. It will not be the trailer live letter. We won't see that until probably either the first week of March at the earliest. Well, it will either be the last week of February. It'll be between the last week of February and the second week of March is when we'll see the live letter with a trailer. But this will give us a general overview of some of the stuff going on in 7.2, but not all of it. We'll definitely investigate that then. In the meantime, I will see all you guys over on videos, over in the videos on the Eorzean Archives channel. Definitely go check those out. And I will also see you guys over in the T Discord. Friendly reminder that we also are looking for a new mod, so definitely check out the announcement page over on our Discord. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evenings. I've been Elliot Fortran, and I'm about to see a bunch of you guys in about 5 seconds.